From the hot air balloon capital of the world, this is live coverage of the 2025 ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. It's Balloon Fiesta Live. And now, direct from the rooftop studio at Balloon Fiesta Park in Albuquerque, New Mexico, here are your hosts, Art Lloyd Jr. and Ted Maes.
And hello, world. Welcome to day 8 of the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. Gosh, it's been a week already, Mr. Ted Maes.
Hey, Mr. Art Lloyd Jr., I'm telling you, it just flew by. We've been having tons of fun out here. We've seen a great week of competition. We've had balloon glows. The Glodio last night was fantastic with all those special shapes, and we're getting ready for another day here this morning.
Maes Ascension on the schedule today, starting with the Dawn Patrol and then Krispy Kreme Glow. We understand there might be a brand new balloon revealed during the Krispy Kreme Glow this morning.
So we've heard, yeah.
We've heard that might be happening. Then we're scheduled for our Maes Ascension. Actually, it's still a very full day here because in the middle of the day, we're going to do an awards ceremony and hand out all the prizes of the competition over the last week. And then we're scheduled for our final glow, our Night Magic Glow tonight. Tomorrow morning, the final farewell Maes Ascension. So this morning, tonight, and tomorrow morning, the award show will record and put up online so that you can watch that. And of course, you can always go back and watch any of the shows for the past 9 years at balloonfiestalive.com.
Yeah, these 9 days have just flown by. It just blows me away. Every year we start talking about it on Saturday morning, and here we are.
And next thing you know, we're on Saturday morning again.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We just saw the ExxonMobil balloon standing up, getting ready to stand up because it is ExxonMobil Day here at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
Piloted by Tristan McLean and his group of cowboy-hatted crew people.
And he's down by the Main Street stage. He'll be the balloon of the day today.
Usually he's right in front of us, but because he is balloon of the day, he's down there about center field and ready to showcase with all these fine people that have come out this morning.
Well, they hook up the flag. They're right by the Main Street stage, as you said. That's where the national anthem is performed from. So, yeah, all the wonderful things that happen.
And we see the Dawn Patrol operations beginning to inflate.
Just
There's
on the other
Shalina,
side of
right
them.
behind him in the Chick-fil-A balloon. And I think that's Rod Baca. That's part of the Krispy Kreme glow there.
Well, he's getting a head start.
Yeah, he is. Maybe he's just checking his system out. A lot of times pilots will do that in the morning after a flight. Maybe they landed in a tight spot the day before and they want to make sure that everything's okay. So they'll put a little cold air into it. Then they'll just let it kind of fluff back down until it's their turn to participate in whatever they're assigned to do here at the Balloon Fiesta. There's Tim Taylor, yeah. And Matthew Grody right in the middle.
Seems like there's a few more crew people out there with the big, powerful, I'd call them flashlights, or more like searchlights, or I think the new term is torches.
Yes.
To be able to light up the balloons, just to kind of watch and see what's going on. And my understanding is that our Dawn Patrol balloons are going to stand up and do a static display for us this morning and not be flying away.
Not as of yet, that's correct.
They may change their mind, but the initial indication is that is going to be the game plan today. Our reading of the pieball, and that's the wind speeds and directions that our weather team here at Balloon Fiesta has sent off, is that the direction is to the north today, which would mean we'd be going up towards the Sandia Pueblo. And while they're great neighbors and it's okay to land up there, the resources that we need to be able to land 550 balloons up there, we would totally stretch those. So we'll have to see what absolutely happens. The other thing is, as we've talked about kind of every year, every day, we always have to be careful of what the winds are doing at higher altitudes.
The winds aloft are critical, correct?
Yeah, and what we're talking about is like 1,000 feet. Not the winds at 9,000, 12,000 feet. While we pay attention to those, the ones that are at about 1,000 feet where we would definitely be flying are something we also pay attention to.
Yeah, if you look on the field right now, there's hardly any wind. I'm looking at our weather station here on the stage. It's only 1.3 out of the west-southwest, so which would take you in the heading exactly what they're saying, almost going to 0 or 360 degrees, somewhere in that area. So those upper levels play a big role in making the Albuquerque box create itself. So that's where you have the winds coming down from the Ascended and Crisco Mountains, as we talked about, into the Rio Grande Valley, and then the upper levels start to change so you can actually have some sort of steering ability. So when the winds aloft are not cooperating, you never really know what happens. So we really aren't going to know what happens until the sun comes up, because we've talked about that many, many times. As the sun comes over the Sandia Mountains, it starts to warm up and make the conditions change. I've been on the west side of Albuquerque several times flying over the years, and you go out there and go kick the dirt, watch a tumbleweed go by, and then the sun comes up. Maybe you decided not to fly, and 20 of your other friends do, and you kind of kick yourself because you're going, man, I should have flown today.
Yeah, we always talk about you can always second guess that go decision, but once you make the no-go, that's the one not to second guess.
Correct.
Once you've decided no, then it needs to stay no until the next flight opportunity, not 20 minutes from now.
Yeah, I've always also used the 3 strikes in your out roll.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a whole other one.
And those 3 strikes could be anything. Maybe your crew didn't show up on time. Maybe you woke up late. Maybe you forgot to fill your gas tank for your fan and or your vehicle.
Car, yeah.
Chase vehicle. There's several different things. And I've done that before. Maybe you're just not feeling it. One of those strikes could be, I just didn't get enough sleep.
Yeah, and maybe it's that the fan isn't starting.
Right.
I'm struggling with that.
Yeah.
So anything that when you get 3 of those, like baseball, it's time to put it away and call it a day till the next time.
Yeah, as I tell people a lot of times, yes, we're here for 9 days for the world's largest event. The people that live here are very lucky because you get a lot of airtime out here in Albuquerque. But there's always sometimes a better day to fly. And whether it's not here, even back home, wherever these folks come from, it's instead of taking a risk or making a mistake, there's always a better day to fly. And, that's one of the rules we live by in ballooning.
And you've heard the saying, we've all said this over and over again, it's definitely better being on the ground, being up there, being down here wishing you were up there versus being up there wishing you were down back on the ground.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's that's kind of where and how the things that happen. Hey, we'll continue to interact with you as we have all week on our YouTube chat and our Facebook chat as well. Some folks on YouTube are waving to us from the Pilot Pavilion, so we're waving back. And then someone would like to know if we can explain how the old Adams pop-top deflation port worked.
Well, there aren't many of those around anymore. Those balloons are aging out, kind of like we are. But the way that they were designed,
old pop tops go to the stage.
Yes, old pop tops go to the stage. I like that. There, in the beginning of ballooning, there were all sorts of different types of deflation devices. The Adams pop top was developed, and basically there was like this bone that they stuck at the top of the thing. Rather than your normal Velcro tabs that would hold the parachute in place. And when you cold inflate it, put the hot air into it, it expands, and then you're flying. When the Adams pop top, and I wish we had some video of it, it's actually really cool. I've seen you describe it before. They pull that bone. It's a one and done type of thing, and that whole thing, the whole top comes up, and the balloon basically falls down right on top of the basket.
Yeah. The modern balloons, as you were saying, have a parachute. We have to pull that down to let the hot air go around it, and then it reseals when you let go. But with the pop top, it just flips up. We, a number of years ago, Bill Dimmitt, who has
Sunrise Angel,
since retired from flying, did a static display here on the field. He was sitting here. We're coming up on the end of our show, and I actually called down and got the launch directors to go down there and have him deflate for us because he had an Adams pop top. So we had that whole thing. In fact, what was really cool, was unintended, was there was a balloon with a parachute top deflating right next to him. And they basically started their deflation at the same time. And of course, Bill's balloon was on the ground in less than a minute. And the other one was still coming down 5, 6, 7 minutes later.
Well, and I think, now that I think about it, ask and we shall receive. I'm going to reach out to Eric Hodges because I believe I was flying with him one time on the west side, and we got a great video, like a 15, 20-second video, flying over it as they deflated. And you see so I'll reach out to Eric and see if we can get that for this afternoon and show all you guys.
And I know that we can find the video with Bill Dimmitt. I actually used it in the close of our show last year.
Okay.
So we'll find that as well. Hey, one of the great things to do when you come out to Balloon Fiesta, and you'll want to make plans to do this next year, and that is to come to the Gondola Club. treat yourself, upgrade your experience to a VIP experience at the Gondola Club. And Diane Kinderwater has made her way to the Gondola Club this morning. So, Diane?
VIP, extraordinaire, and luxury. I'd say almost the best seats, but really, Trish,
Yes.
there are best seats everywhere.
Yes, there are.
There really are. But here, it's a little bit of white glove treatment.
Yes.
Trish Hopphorn,
Hathoot.
Hathoot,
Yes.
is the supervisor,
I'm
the host,
lead here,
the lead
the
hostess.
host, yes, to make sure everybody has an absolute wonderful wow experience here at the Gondola Club. You've got everything that you need here at the Gondola Club if you ever want to come out here. Private seating, private parking. You've got merchandising tent here, private restrooms. You've got food. You've got a bar that opens at 7 with 3 free drinks, both in the morning and in the evening as well. So it is definitely VIP experience.
And we can have the great view here. We're seeing the Drawn Patrol. I think we're getting that behind us. Again, a great seat, comfortable heaters. You've got heaters
Yes,
here.
you got heaters out here. Out here we have about 650 seats per session. So, you know, if you ever want to actually come out here and purchase a ticket for Gondola Club, they normally go on sale that first week of April. So, and they sell out quick.
So you have to go online and buy it in April.
On balloonfiesta.com.
April, May, June, July, August, September,
Yes.
October. 6 months early.
Yes, and
go
they
on.
sell out very quickly. So
You have a lot of repeats, I imagine.
Oh, we get people, I've seen, I can't tell, this is my 4th year at Gondola Club, and I've seen, I don't know, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how many people are repeats and then bring their friends, their family, everybody over here.
And we
It's
have a
great.
friend here from Boston. You're up. Boston. Are you a first-time gondola?
No,
First time gondola.
I've been here. I started 40 years ago coming down.
Wow, how many times in gondola?
Probably 5 or 6.
5, 6.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do it any other way?
No,
Why is that?
it's really nice. It's exciting.
What about
So,
us too, right?
yeah, of course.
No, you love the Gondola Club, right?
The
The
gondola is great, yep.
VIP treatment here.
Yes, it was great. Food is great. Coffee, hot chocolate is really good.
Thank you. And we have our friends from neighboring Denver. We're our Colorado friends.
Right.
How many times have you come to the Gondola Club?
I think since it started.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Appreciate
it's
you.
great.
Appreciate you. Oh, she's got some good chilies too. Oh, very nice, very nice. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I'm glad to be here at the Gondola Club too. My first time.
First time.
Back to Ted and Art.
Thanks, Diane.
I bet it won't be her last time.
No, it won't be. And for the gentleman from Boston, you know, he doesn't have to worry about it. He just packs the cab, and then he gets on the little shuttle and comes in and enjoys the Gondola Club.
Well, there you go. So that was Rod Baca with the Farmers Insurance Balloon standing up. Kind of getting in early on the Krispy Kreme glow.
I see some other Krispy Kremers out here to
Yeah,
the west that
yeah.
are going. I saw Lori Van Sant and Keith Tkach already.
So the row behind Chick-fil-A is the Dawn Patrol. The row behind Rod and Farmers Insurance is the Krispy Kreme glow. So getting a lot of balloons stood up. We've been watching the Dawn Patrol do flicker burns and all burns, their own kind of mini glow here this morning. And like we said, Krispy Kreme balloons getting a head start and getting their balloons standing up a little bit sooner as well. I think they want to join in the fun.
Absolutely. Celebrate.
So while we have a little break here as we continue to work our way towards 7 o'clock sunrise and our national anthem, I didn't get a chance to pull any viewer pictures last night. Had a few other little fires to put out, so I didn't get to the viewer pictures. I got them, I just didn't get a chance to prepare them for air. So we'll check those out tonight and tomorrow. But you can send us your comments and pictures. All you have to do is email all that stuff, balloonfiestalive at balloonfiesta.com. So balloonfiestalive at balloonfiesta.com. I would love to see your pictures. I'd love to hear what makes Balloon Fiesta Live special to you.
What do you enjoy about it? What are we missing out on? What should we be doing? We love the input. You know, I was always told feedback is a gift.
And I've been a continuous improvement guy. I can trace it back to 8th grade. So we're always looking like this show. I mean, we started out with 3 or 4 cameras, and we got a few more. We added mobile cameras. We're now up to 11, I lost count, 11 or 12 camera shots now. We added incredibly long lenses to the camera on the north end and on the south end. 2 drone shots included in those camera angles, 3 remote wireless type cameras. So we've got it all covered. We have a full IFB setup here, which means that the truck can talk to us and we can talk to them without it going over the air. So heavy-duty communications, if you will, radios to the officials and other folks. So yeah, it's a highly technical produced show. I guess I just say it that way.
We talked last night about where we've come from, you know, back in '72 all the way to where we are 53 years later. I submitted some photos to you that I had back in the day. You probably remember this. The weather used to be communicated to the pilots on these big whiteboards, and they would launch in different waves, and those waves were named after like Sandia and Zuni and so on and so forth. And I ran across some pictures my old man took with his old Nikon 35 millimeter, and it was just pretty amazing to see, you know, the how they used to communicate. And nowadays, where, you know, you're getting communicated right now from the tower. So we get all sorts of upgrades as we move along in technology, and the technology will only continue to improve.
So word to the pilots, just right as you were speaking there, is that there may be a quick little shower come through, but we're still on for 7 o'clock when we'll do our national anthem, and we'll do our flyover by Chili Flight Express. That's still a go at this point. And a little special deal with our burners at 7 o'clock that we like to do on the Saturday mornings with the flight of Chili Flight Express. So we'll continue to prepare for that activity.
Yeah, you can see some of these down patrollers probably got the memo as well, and they don't want to get their systems wet if there's a little shower coming through the area. The reason being is, you know, back in the day, I remember watching balloons fly in the rain or be inflated in the rain or the snow.
And the snow and all that stuff.
But you know, you get a little bit of moisture on the coating that's inside these balloons, and they're, you know, these balloons are not cheap, and they want to protect their system, so we want to make sure that they're safe as well. If there is any sort of you know, lightning or anything in the area, which that's not been indicated, but if there is, you know, you're flying with a metal ring on the top of your balloon, and that's you don't want to be out there with that happening.
Not to mention that all of this fabric, when you deflate, you get all packed up, and now you've put all this wet fabric in a bag, and if you don't get it out and get it dried, you get mildew.
Yep.
So there we are.
I think this is the birthday of this brand new balloon, if I'm not mistaken.
It's definitely the debut of this balloon. So this is what we've kind of been teasing you about, that we heard that there was going to be a new balloon revealed this morning. And so that is it. The balloon is piloted by J.J. Mancini. We call up, I should have been ready for that.
Who normally flies Mr. Sprinkles.
And the name of this new balloon is Revolt Rising. And so you can see the blue and the white with the other design. It was commissioned by the Heritage Hotel chain and designed by a local native artist named Virgil Ortiz. JJ tells us a lot of cool symbolism and intent, so that he has sent this information to us, and they have put this up. So yeah, it's been what they want to say about this is, in the months leading up to the 1680 Pueblo Revolt, there was a young Tahu was forced into an archery contest against a Castilian fighter. He mocked her youth and underestimated her skill until her arrow found its mark, felling him before the rest of his men. Humiliated and enraged, the invaders retaliated with ruthless vengeance, seizing Tahu and the girls of her pueblo and blinding them with heated swords. Wow, that's kind of
that's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. So yeah.
So I'm sure that balloon has tremendous amounts of symbolism in it. There's some really outstanding artwork. And
just reading that paragraph, we'd be able to check that out.
And then talking about technologies, think about back in the day, a lot of the balloons in the past that had any sort of designs had the actual fabric overlaid on them. Nowadays, they can actually print these onto the fabric.
Yeah. Yeah, so bottom line on this balloon, Tahu and the translator stand as guardians, carrying the strength of the ancestors to empower future generations. And Virgil Ortiz typically works in clay, but with his subjects and his product, looking at history, science fiction, and of course visual storytelling to ignite conversations about indigenous identity and futurism. Yeah. So what a great new balloon being unveiled here at Balloon Fiesta, and you now know about it. And
thank you to JJ and his team. Yeah.
JJ's on the board of directors here at the Balloon Fiesta, by the way. But he said we were doing a great job and wanted to give us a heads up that they were going to stand this balloon up this morning. So thanks for that, JJ. And that's a really cool looking balloon. All right, let's go back over to Diane Kinderwater and see what she has cooked up for us this time.
Oh gosh, decisions. You know, if you watch Balloon Fiesta live, I love hats, but here the Gondola Club, oh, their merchandise tent, my gosh. They say they have these everywhere, but I'm not sure if they have, right? You can buy these at the Maine, we got the shirts. What do you buy? What do you purchase? We've got Regina here and Naomi. Regina, what's the hottest selling item?
T-shirts.
T-shirt. Like, I like this one.
Yeah, all kinds of T-shirts, every color.
Every color. But I like the hats too.
Such a hard choice. It's such a hard choice. You got to get them both.
You meet people from all over the world here in the Gondola Club?
Absolutely everywhere. I've met so many people this week.
And what we found here with our little group, just meeting, so much fun. I'm from Minnesota originally, and we've got John here and Bernadette from Minnesota, right?
Yes.
And you meet people, and then you said that you're
from Wisconsin originally.
And I said, I'm a Badger, Wisconsin Badger, so there's always something in common here. And you're what?
I'm from Texas.
Okay. Well, you're our neighbor here in New Mexico. John, how many times have you come to the Gondola Club?
Well, this is our first year.
First time.
Yeah.
First time. What do you think of this VIP treatment so far?
Oh, this is great. I thought it was fantastic.
Why is that?
Oh, it's just everything's so beautiful and the people are so nice and
Easy parking, nice warm bathrooms.
Yeah.
Nice meal, Bernadette. No cooking for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good. What are you going to tell your friends back home?
They should come. Should come.
Should come.
We know some that are going to feel bad that they didn't.
Right. There's always next year. This is the 53rd, and we got the 54th coming out. Thanks. Back to you, Ted and Art.
Hey, say hi to Regina for me. Thanks, Diane.
All right, we are here on Saturday morning at Balloon Fiesta. Our Dawn Patrol balloons have stood up and deflated. This is Krispy Kreme standing up. Rod Baca and his Farmers Insurance balloon, along with the new debut of, I just blanked out on the name and I've closed my computer. Revolt Rising.
Revolt Rising.
And so we're checking that out. What's happening here at the field is they told us to prepare for a light sprinkle coming through at 6:30, which is about 6 minutes from now. We're actually starting to feel that right here on the rooftop studio and on our stage set. This is supposed to be very short-lived and come through. We're still looking at activities to take place on schedule at 7 o'clock. And as we just checked the radar, things, this little cell is coming through very quickly. So hopefully we'll be able to stick here with you. At worst, we'll pick up and walk behind the set, switch microphones. We're already covering our cameras, but we'll leave the lenses uncovered so we can still be able to bring you the action as it is and continue to talk about different things that are happening.
Yeah, looking at the radar right now, it looks like it's just going to skirt to the southeast of Fiesta Field if the models stay where they're at, and they may get a little bit wet, but that's okay. Doesn't look like there's much behind it. As you said, we are still on track for our operations. There you go.
Look how fast it's moving through.
Yeah, it's going to come through pretty quick.
And so, yeah, we're kind of right in that little gap that you saw, that big kind of one coming up. We're kind of right in front of that. So should whip right through at the speed that was moving. All of the indication that I've gotten from our weather officials and our event officials who are in direct contact with the weather folks, just a light shower coming through here, scheduled for 6:30, so it's actually a couple minutes early. But you know what that means? That means it's a great time. We told you about sending in your pictures to us. It's also a great time for you to go shopping.
Yes.
And you can do that at balloonfiestastuff.com. That's the place where if you're not in the Gondola Club or you're not on the field and can't get to the merchandise tents, you can go pick up one of those hats or 2 of those hats or 25 of those hats, because I swear we have 25 different versions available to you this year. Lots of hats, lots of t-shirts. As you heard, the t-shirts are selling quickly. Lots of those available to you. You can get them all at balloonfiestastuff.com. When you go there, if you are buying sportswear, the hats, the hoodies, the t-shirts, if you're buying any of that, use the special code that is only available to Balloon Fiesta Live viewers. That code being BF Live. So put the stuff in your cart. When you get ready to check out, there's a place to enter a discount code. Enter the code BF Live, and you'll be given 10% off on all the sportswear in your cart. So it doesn't work on the pins and patches and spinners and that kind of stuff, but it will work on all of the sportswear.
And it also works on the same jackets that we are giving away here for Balloon Fiesta Live. So if you don't think that you're going to have the opportunity to win, now is the time to go on there and actually put in that code and pick out your size, and you could be wearing the same jacket that Art and myself and our staff and the winners will receive for the Balloon Fiesta Live staff jacket. Sorry, folks, we're getting a little bit of moisture here, and we're covering up our equipment. We don't want to be, it doesn't want to be a shocking Saturday morning for us.
No, no, just kind of tuck things in, and that's the rustling you're hearing. Oh,
Yep.
Did we turn it sideways?
Yeah, that's not the wind. That's just us wrestling stuff around here. Yeah. So. There we go. All right. So while Art and I continue to sit here and get wet, all of our equipment is now covered. We're kind of flying blind, so to speak. This is why we wouldn't fly in the dark, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, you need to have visual flight rules to be able to fly under.
Yes.
But do that shopping on Balloon Fiesta stuff. And while you're there, subscribe to What's Up Wednesday. That's at the bottom of every page on Balloon Fiesta stuff. What's Up Wednesday is a weekly email that actually I write in conjunction with the merchandise folks. And so it comes out every Wednesday, as we said, and it gives you not only what's happening in the store as things happen at Balloon Fiesta, we'll tip you off to those, give you the heads up on when tickets are about to go on sale. We do a big special sale in December, so we'll tell you all the details about that as we get closer to that.
Great values and bargains. I've been on there before.
Absolutely. So that's the game plan there. The other thing that I'd like to clue you in on, What's Up Wednesday viewers already know that something exciting is coming in November. I'll give you that heads up here. We may be a chance to talk about it tomorrow morning, but we're coming up with a brand new pin deal. Let me use that word. So it's going to be a great setup for the pin collectors. We already put a set of mystery pins out that you buy a box, and there are 2 different pins in the box. You don't know what it is until you get the box and you actually open it up. And there are 12 pins in the set. You're going to get 2 of them. And then the idea being that on today, you could actually trade here on Balloon Fiesta Park at 11 o'clock. You could come in and actually trade those pins so that you can collect the entire set of 12 pins. One of the really cool things about that is while there are 1,150 boxes of 2 pins, and there's, like I said, a set of 12 pins, one of those 12 pins, there are only 100 of them made. So think of it as the golden ticket, like from Willy Wonka.
So very limited
very limited on that one. And yeah, so yeah, check out the new project we're doing with the mystery pins, and then make sure you're subscribed to What's Up Wednesday, because on the first Wednesday in November, we're going to release this whole new pin collecting concept.
All right, sounds fun. Well, being a pin person,
Pin trader. Yep.
I'm extremely excited about that. I ran into Chris Cutter last night, and he had 4 of those boxes in tow.
Yeah?
So he was just really excited and showing me the backs of them and the fronts of them. And so I know that pins are a big thing out here, and I've been collecting those things since the 70s. So it's a lot of fun. And again, innovating, you know, changing to the times, trying to create more with what we do out here at Balloon Fiesta. So I'm going to be on the lookout on What's Up Wednesday.
It will be there. And somebody was surprised that we even wrote one during Balloon Fiesta, because there was one that came out on Wednesday. And actually it talked about and told you the whole details, all the details about the mystery pin box, which of course was just released on Thursday. So that's the place to stay on top of all the activities of Balloon Fiesta stuff, our official merchandise line, but we also throw in regular Balloon Fiesta news and updates as we go along the year as well, as we're coming up on those announcements of this event, tickets being available, etc. All of that happens, and you'll find out about it first on What's Up Wednesday. So that little shower has actually already, I feel, starting to dissipate.
Yeah, it is. As I was looking, the stage lights will kind of blind you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's coming down a little bit. But again, looking at the radar, this thing is passing us fairly quickly. So,
yep.
And I don't see anything back behind it, which is a nice indicator.
And it lines up with everything we're hearing from our weather folks. Of course, just about the time we got everything covered, that's when it stopped. So it had already peaked.
Of course.
So we're going to, I believe, still get some balloon action in this morning. We're still, what time is it? We're still 30 minutes away from sunrise and 7 o'clock, 28 minutes actually.
And this is where you'll see, you know, how dedicated these balloon crews are, because you had several balloons already out. They had their systems set up, and they will come back out after this comes through because they want to put on a show. Trust me, none of the pilots and none of the crews and none of us want to come out here and have no activities. We want to put on a show. So the show must go on, and we'll see what happens in the next 30 minutes.
As disappointed as you may be as a spectator when the balloons don't fly, I can guarantee that the pilots and crews are twice as disappointed as you are that we didn't put it up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, we'll just kind of keep checking on what's happening here.
And there is no rain in November.
No, it has definitely stopped. Like I said, just as we got everything covered, that was definitely a light little sprinkle, not even a shower.
The crack weather crew said light shower, and it really was, in your point, more of a sprinkle.
Yep.
So it does rain in the desert. Not that we're in the desert. You know, it's funny. I live more on the east side of the country now, and I'll go around and tell people that I'm from Albuquerque, and they kind of look at me and go, wow, you know, you're down there in the desert. I said, well, really, no, it's a high mountain. It's high desert is what it is. Because they don't realize that we have the 4 seasons here in Albuquerque, just as many of the other parts of the country do. In fact, the last 5 years, they've had more snow here in Albuquerque, and it's not been a ton, than where I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's kind of amazing.
I remember probably 30, 35 years ago, there was one of those books that gets published about, you know, the best places to live. And those types of things, and they rank the cities, and of course all very subjective. You know, you have to look at where the author is living to see what their
and what
bias
activities
might be.
they like to participate in. You know, whether they're a foodie or they like going out and enjoying the outdoors and so on and so forth.
And I remember that they ranked Albuquerque higher than San Diego, which sounds kind of weird. But the reason they did is because Albuquerque has 4 seasons, and San Diego has about 1.5.
Right.
So, again, that's where that bias comes back in. This person wanted to see the 4 different seasons.
Well, we just had one of the seasons go through, so maybe we'll have, hopefully we don't have all 4 seasons today, but, you know.
Yeah. There, and this happens around the country. I've seen it happen for pretty much every location where, so winter was at 10 o'clock, spring was at 11 o'clock, But then we're into summer by 2 o'clock. So, yeah, you can cycle through all of them in the course of a day. And then the other phrase, big here, but again, I'm sure big everywhere. You don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes and it'll change.
And we're right in the process of that now.
Yeah, except it's more on the 10-minute scale as opposed to 15. Hey, you know, we are now on the Tom Rutherford broadcast deck. For years, we have broadcast on the PA system from this deck, and it was known as the top secret, super secret announce tower, because just the voices came from here, and no one really knew where they were coming from because of the speakers all the way around the field. And then when we started doing Balloon Fiesta Live and you could actually see where we were, it became not quite so secret, and because it went from a couple of microphones to a cameras and a set and a backdrop and all that other stuff, so we started calling it the Rooftop Studio. And of course, one of the very first announcers was Tom Rutherford. He was actually at 1972. He was, as he says, assigned to the task of promoting their 50th birthday party, working very closely with Sid Cutter to bring balloons in and all this other kind of great stuff. And then Sid and Tom decided to put this whole partnership together, and they were a great partnership for a long time. And while Sid took care of the ballooning side, Tom took care of the announcing side of this. So we're going to go ahead and take a little look. We'll get back to Diane in a few minutes, just kind of have her hang on. A couple of days ago, the city of Albuquerque came up and dedicated the deck, because we're on the roof, dedicated the deck to Tom Rutherford. And so, like I said, we're on the Tom Rutherford broadcast deck. Now, there's another deck on the other side of the roof that's going to be the Tom Rutherford observation deck. But I put together a little video, and hopefully, Steve, you've picked up that this is where I'm going.
Yes.
And yeah, so let's take a look at how that whole dedication and how all this came about.
Most everyone considers Sid Cutter the founder of Balloon Fiesta. And it was Sid who brought the first hot air balloon to Albuquerque, and then was in charge of getting balloons to town for what is now known as the first Balloon Fiesta. But there was another key player that was involved as well.
So KOB Radio wanted to have the biggest balloon race ever, and I was assigned to work on it. And
I got to tell you a little something on Tommy. He showed up out here at the shopping center with a packet of passes so that people could come into the field. And when he gets there, you understand, nobody advertised this except KOB Radio and Television. When he gets there, there's 20,000 people there. There's one policeman on horseback, and he takes these passes and just throws them in the back seat because these people are all around balloons.
The event was the beginning of a long-time friendship and partnership that found the two organizing the first World Championship in 1973, piloting balloons for commercial entities, and more.
These days I'm the public address announcer, so I sit up on the roof. I remember the first balloon blow. And I remember being up on the tower the first night when it happened here, and 200, maybe 300 balloons all lit their burners at once, and I started crying. It was the most dramatic, amazing thing I think I've ever experienced in my life.
Whole field lights up.
Yeah, it was. It was beyond my comprehension.
Tom became known as the voice of Fiesta, not only for his work on the PA, but also for his work as the MC for all the Balloon Fiesta events, especially his work with America's Challenge gas balloon events, from the launches to the awards banquet. Tom passed away last year, and on Wednesday, the city of Albuquerque honored him by renaming the rooftop decks on the top of the event center at Balloon Fiesta Park.
3, 2, 1.
The larger area on the east side will now be known as the Tom Rutherford deck, while the smaller one on the west side, where Tom used to be the announcer, will be known as the Tom Rutherford broadcast deck. These days, Balloon Fiesta Live streams from that deck, and we're honored to carry on and expand on Tom's legacy of informing, entertaining, and delighting balloon enthusiasts around the world.
So there you have it. Continuing to carry on the legacy Tom started, and in our continuous improvement mode, we're building on it and we're expanding on it, and hopefully Tom is indeed watching from above and pleased with what we're doing.
A fabulous piece you put together. That was
Thank
outstanding. And also, being at all 53 of these, I distinctly remember Tom's voice as being the original voice of the Balloon Fiesta. So we thank you, Tom, for being the trailblazer that you were, you and Sid. I always loved the story that Sid told about him showing up with the passes, and he just kind of threw him in the back seat like, okay, I'm done. So we hear Diane has got some folks for us down there on the field, and hopefully they've stayed out of the moisture. So Diane, who do you have with us this morning?
I have a big group here. I have folks from Georgia. I have folks again from Minnesota. And I have David Silverman,
yes, ma'am,
who I saw last Sunday. And what do you have there, David?
I brought a picture of us, my family, with Diane, and we were excited about Balloon Fiesta this year, and I wanted to get your autograph on this photo that I printed.
Okay, I'll sign can I sign it over my face?
Sure, wherever you want.
Oh, my. Can I sign Ted's name?
Oh, I got another one printed of them, and I'm going to go get their signature later.
Okay, thank you.
Tell them to expect me.
He does selfies. We have the little sign. Appreciate that. You love Fiesta.
Love it.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
My first time, I think.
And we're ready for him up here, Diane.
Yeah, we're ready for him. And tell him I love the hat.
We're from Georgia, yes. Yes, we're from Athens, Georgia.
And you saw the Special Shapes Rodeo last night?
Yes, it was amazing. We saw the balloon brain, and I'm a psychology major, so it was super cool.
Yeah. Is it going to help you with your studies a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
She's had to label it already multiple times.
And you're here at the Gondola Club, Mom?
Yes, we are. This is great. We were general admission yesterday, Gondola Club today. Really nice having special parking, food, drinks, cover when we need it. So it's very nice.
But like I said, it's my first time at the Gondola Club. Bruce, my fellow Minnesotan, you just got in this morning.
No, we had last night already.
But first time here at the Balloon Fiesta. You saw the Dawn Patrol, the balloons lighting up behind us?
And all of the cop cars and all of that trying to get in here.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of kind of craziness. People on our show, Balloon Fiesta Live, don't really see what's going on behind us, right? There's a lot of activity. We got another family over here. We're going to go chase them down. Thank you, John. Thank you, Bruce. Hi there. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Laura, and this is Owen and Sage and Jared. Where did we go?
Oh, he's over Jared. And you said you watch?
We watch Balloon Fiesta live almost every morning of the Fiesta. We really like watching before school and on mornings when we can't get down here to the field. So,
what do you like about it?
What do you guys like about Balloon Fiesta? The balloons. The balloons.
Yeah. But Mom, as a mom, you have the TV on before they go to school. There must be something educational here.
We have an incentive to get out of bed, come watch the balloons. We can see them from our home. We live in Crowless, and so it's neat to see them live in the air and then up close on TV too.
And you're going to see yourself because this is, of course, archived on the Balloon Fiesta page. There's a little tab right there, or you go to balloonfiestalive.com and you'll see your kids. Can you give us a big smile? Can you say hi, Art and Ted?
Hi, Art and Ted.
Hi, Art and Ted.
Can you say back to the studio?
Back to the studio.
Back to the studio.
Watch out, those guys could be taking your job next, Diane. They got that down.
They're coming for us.
They are. And the Silverman guy, he's got pictures of us to autograph too.
Nice, very nice.
So, yeah.
See, as I was speaking before, Tristan McLean was up and he was inflated fully, and his crew was able to take them down, avoid the little rain shower. But how dedicated are these crews out here, because they want to continue to put on the show. They have the envelope back out. They're cold inflating again, and we should soon see the ExxonMobil Enchanted
Horizon.
Yeah,
Enchanted
sorry.
Horizon. And that, when they built that balloon a couple of years ago, they actually had a contest of all the ExxonMobil employees to name the balloon.
Yes.
So that's what they chose. It fits perfectly with the Painted Horizons theme this year here at Balloon Fiesta. Of course, next year's theme actually got released early this year. We released it on Tuesday morning. Actually, I think we talked about it Monday night at a special event. But the theme for 2026 is the scenic route. And the thinking behind that is next year is the 100th anniversary or the centennial celebration of Route 66. So,
which makes its way from Chicago originally all the way out to California.
Gallup, New Mexico.
There you go.
Yeah, always just remember the song. Anyway, the scenic route, there's the bumper sticker for next year. I mentioned shopping earlier at balloonfiestastuff.com. We're starting to put these bumper stickers in with every order. And of course, if you're out here on the field, you can pick them up at our information booths, which is a great way to do that. And get them on your car, tell everybody. In fact, pull out the calendar you bought from Balloon Fiesta Stuff and go look at October 3rd and start figuring out how you're going to get here. What days are you going to be here? If you can't remember or can't decide, you can't be here all 9 days. Do I come on Monday, Tuesday? Do I come on Thursday, Friday? Go back and watch Balloon Fiesta live and see what happens on those days.
Well, you know, when people ask me all the time, what are the best days? And I say all 9 of them. It just depends on, you know, what you're able to get time off. You know, if you could come for all 9, that's fantastic because, you know, we can't control some things. We can control other things. We can't control Mother Nature, so we never really know. So be prepared to, there's another great moonshot from our team.
And you see how fast the clouds are moving out.
Yeah. Be prepared to come out here and enjoy your time. And we always make it fun out here at Balloon Fiesta for you folks. Whether we fly or we don't fly, there's always activities out here on the field, from the chainsaw carvers to Main Street to the Main Street stage. Heck, you can even come out here and heckle us from down in front of sponsor hospitality if you'd like. So, yeah, all 9 days is what I say.
In fact, talking about things we can control and can't, someone on the YouTube chat here says, and this comes up every time we have an event where we can't get something together because of the weather. Why do they always have it that same week?
I was just going to bring that up, yeah.
Yeah, why do we? So we always get that comment, and frankly, in that interview that I pulled clips from with Tommy and Sid, they actually talk about, because that first one was the birthday party, time to the birthday in April. Then they said, well, let's pick the time for the World Championships, which was going to be the next year. And they actually went to February, with the idea being that, hey, they could get hotel rooms in February, not the high tourist season. So that worked out, except that it snowed on them for flying. So they actually did commission some sort of weather study, and they determined that the first week in October, in long range looking, is the best week to do this. And in fact, last year, we got all 14 events in over 9 days. So far, we have only lost one of, where are we, 10?
Yep.
1 of 10. So, yeah, this is a good week. Typically, it's not 100%, but it is the best week of the year.
Well, and for people that don't know, that don't live here, you can't really do it in September because you have the New Mexico State Fair that's still in Albuquerque, and typically you would get the monsoon rains during that time. So we don't want to have, we just noticed, we don't want to have rains around hot air balloons. So, yeah, for years and years and years, this has traditionally been the best week, and I still think that it is. Like you said, last year we were 100%. And even Tom Bueno, who is the assistant balloon meister, he's 3 of 4 right now, and that's probably the best that we've had for evening events in many, many years other than last year.
Yeah, a few years ago, we, which was our 50th, unfortunately lost a number of events, kind of the most we've ever lost for our 50th anniversary. But then, like I said, we recovered. Last year we had all 14. So far we've only lost 1 of 10 this year.
You know, Sid was quite the prankster, so maybe he was playing some pranks on us over the 50th.
On that 50th? You know. I wouldn't be surprised.
So there you see Tristan McLean with the ExxonMobil balloon. You are watching Balloon Fiesta live at the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, the 53rd edition. I am Ted Maes, along with
Art Lloyd Jr. That view from our Main Street stage camera. You see the big red tarp that they had the balloon laid out on. They put the tarps out so that they can basically keep the balloon a little cleaner, keep it off the dirt, whatever else might be on the ground, rocks, cigarette butts, well, we won't talk about all the other things we've managed to lay our balloon down.
The geese like it out here quite a bit. So
well, there you go. We can do that.
You kind of avoid some of the geese droppings that they leave for us on their way to Mexico.
And then there you can see kind of an opening in the space just to the left side of the screen.
Yep.
That's another tarp laid out. And, of course, the spectators are respecting the tarp because there'll be another balloon.
Wow, look at that shot.
Yeah.
The treetops at the top of the Sandia Mountains. That's about 10,300 feet above sea level, nearly 2 miles.
Conveniently, the restaurant at the top of the mountain, 10-3.
Yes.
Helps us all remember how tall the mountain is.
And back in the day, it was High Finance, as I recall. Was the name
Yeah,
of it.
there was. Yeah, in fact, there was a whole set. There was High Finance down here in the valley. There was Liquid Assets, and there was another one. Somebody will remind me online, I'm sure.
Yes. Look at the crowds around the ExxonMobil balloon. Before long, we should start seeing some other participants start to join the fun.
Being a Saturday, we anticipate a flyover by Chile Flight Express. This is a group of volunteer pilots that have built and or continue to maintain their own planes. And they do this formation flyover for different events here in Albuquerque and around the state. It's a great way to get a flyover, and they love doing flyovers for Balloon Fiesta. They have sent us some fabulous pictures. And talking about pin trading, they have their own pin this year.
Ooh, they do?
Yes. So you need to be looking for a Chile Flight Express pin.
Well, I may have to go do that. You know, last weekend when we had the opening ceremonies, that was the most amazing demonstration as they flew over. I've never seen that much liquid propane go at one time, to be honest with you.
Well, because of the static display that we saw of Krispy Kreme and Dawn Patrol, short one because of that little shower that came through, you can expect that there's a whole lot of burners being set up out there today. In fact, I'm seeing a lot of them. They're proud of their practicing. There's J.B. Aiken. Well, that's not him.
Probably, I think it's crew chief.
Yeah, in the
flying our banner this
year. Oh, look,
year.
they got a little guy in the basket there giving someone
the system.
So J.B. Aiken and Pat Irwin have alternated flying our balloon camera for us. Great shots, and especially from Pat Irwin. Pat broke the Balloon Fiesta Live camera curse of putting a camera in a balloon and off it went elsewhere. This year, he brought it over the field twice, scored extremely well. The preliminary results, preliminary overall results I saw last night had Pat in 10th position overall.
Oh, top 10.
Top 10, which means he gets to have banner number 10 next year, if that holds. And
we may need some of that prize money after we guided him in right to the end of the tip of that triangle the other day.
Yeah, right here, right here, right here.
Well, we got viewers out in Canfield, Ohio. Good morning to you. Out in Texas, Fort Worth. Special shout out to Miss Ivy and Janine Clapper watching us from Norman, Oklahoma. Glad you can join us this morning.
I should say hi to my wife's sister, Terry. She's been watching us every day.
Yeah, we get the critiques all the time, Terry. Thanks for watching.
Good show. Hey, you could have done that a little better. You get it all. Hi, Terry. Glad that you're watching.
And we just had Mrs.
She probably
Maes.
just fell out of her chair and spilled her coffee.
We had just Mrs. Maes just FaceTime me, and I said, "Is something wrong?" And she says, "No, I just screwed up on the time. Sorry, enjoy your show."
What a great week it's been, though.
It has been a great week.
Great competitions.
We've had some great visitors up here on the stage.
Yeah, super glow last night. The new drone camera angles that we've been able to bring you. Because we send those balloons up and they're all basically in static positions. And our cameras are basically static. We've got a few that kind of wander around in and amongst them. But the shot tends to kind of be, the shots are kind of limited. Adding the drone shot, being able to move it around, we're able to see all kinds of great angles and especially last night to be able to watch and see which shapes are actually already inflated, which are still in the process, and then of course during the entire glow.
I love the new drone shots. I mean, Gary Williams and his team, and we're using another drone as well. Just fantastic. I mean, we're seeing things we've never been able to see before. We're able to see the whole entire field because we're down here on the rooftop. Even though we're elevated and we can see a lot, when that first row goes up, we kind of lose, we're kind of ducking in between the balloons. We kind of lose what's on the north end of the field. And sometimes when you've been out on the field, you kind of just you lose your mind because you're going around, there's balloons all around you, 360 degrees. And you really don't get to see all of the shapes, and this allows us to show everybody all of the shapes. So if you've been down on the field and you missed some, you got to go back and watch Balloon Fiesta Live because we'll show them all to you.
Well, our elevation is basically equator, which is the widest part of the balloon. So we still have to look up at the top when there's a balloon standing up right here on row 1.
Great shot of the sunrise coming over the Sandia Mountains.
Color enhanced slightly because of our great camera work. But it is starting to lighten up as we move to within a couple of minutes of the national anthem. And this morning, the national anthem is going to be performed by the Enchanted Mesa Show Choir.
Yes. You can hear those burners right below us off the rooftop deck. People rigging their systems, getting ready to participate in this morning's activities. There's that drone shot we were talking about. Look at all the people.
Yep. You see the Main Street stage, and actually you can see the scissor lift, which is where one of our cameras is, just to the left of the stage, to the right of the ExxonMobil balloon. Kind of right above where that burner was. It's obviously a distance away, but if you were to follow that burner shot, not that one, the other one that was there. Is this that, yeah, the glow with the flow balloon of Chris McCord?
Chris McCord.
Can't miss that one in the air.
No, and typically they're all wearing tutus. Maybe they're tutued out this late in Fiesta. I don't know. Oh, there's one. There's one. Chris promised me he'd wear one, but I don't think I see him wearing one.
Is that him in the basket?
That's him in the basket, yeah.
I was going to say, looks like him. Great shots, and since we know most of these guys and gals, when we get those shots, we can help point them out to you.
Yeah.
Now JB's in the basket.
Now there's JB.
Yeah, that's JB. Still has the basket on his platform.
His chase vehicle.
Yeah, still on the back. So it does not appear we're going to be flying today, but we should be doing a static display. We're going to get our all burn, candle burn here. So we understand we're ready for the national anthem. Here's the Enchanted Mesa Show Choir. So I rolled my video on that. I'm thinking that was a solid minute of all burn. In fact, it's still going on by a number of the pilots.
Another big wow.
Absolutely.
I got goosebumps on that one again.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
And feel the heat? Do you feel the heat?
If you were cold, you're not cold any longer.
Not cold now.
They're probably having to hold Tristan down over there so he doesn't go up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But you said.
And now Chili Flight, of course, they came over from north to south. They're going to go make a big turn to the east, and shortly they'll be coming back over from east to west. And while they were in formation going over, they're going to do their starburst off to the as they come back over the top of us.
So we're getting ready for, it looks to be a static display this morning at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I am Ted Maes, along here with my broadcast partner, Art Lloyd Jr., and we're preparing up on the rooftop studio for some special guests that have decided to join us. We still have some still burning down there, Art.
We do.
That's like a 2-minute burn.
That's into that, yeah. You can just see the coils on those burners are starting to turn red hot.
Starting to glow a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, get their own kind of glow. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they want to do it again. They want to do it again. They're not done. Well, because here comes Chili Flight.
Yes.
Here comes Chili Flight back over the top.
Great shot.
Yeah. Again, Chili Flight, volunteer group of pilots. They come out and do this. They volunteer their flights all around the state on all different kinds of occasions. And what I keep hearing from people who have talked to them is that this is their favorite. They love doing this one. They absolutely love doing it.
It's got to be amazing as you're flying over just to see all that.
There's the
glowing,
burners, yeah.
the glowing coils of the burners.
Yeah, so those are the coils we're talking about. The propane goes through there and heats when you're burning, and that's where the heat is going. And so those are the things that when you burn that long, you're about to turn that metal pretty
and not
red.
only do you see all the cowboy hats around the gondola there of Enchanted Horizons and Tristan McLean, but you see the major tie-offs that are tied back to the trailer, or to the actual chase vehicle.
Right.
Never tie off to a trailer.
No. Not unless you want to lose the trailer.
Right.
And still go flying anyway. So, yep. All righty. So the idea here now is that we're going to do a static setup of balloons. And so we'll be setting those balloons up and doing a static display. A couple of balloons that did not participate in the candlestick already have air in their balloons, and the rest are getting some in. So while they are standing things up, where are you going?
Just rearranging myself here. I was all tangled up, standing up, watching that.
I was going to say, you want to be here for this.
No, I'm right here. I just didn't want to fall over.
Yeah, because
I may fall over when
you see what's about to happen here. That's exactly, because it's like magic time here on the set again. Hey, we are just so excited that Disneyland and the folks from Disney have come to Balloon Fiesta 2025. We saw a brand new balloon. We saw Mickey for the first time in we don't know how many years, the Mickey balloon. And now here on the set, we've got Philander from Disney to talk about your big celebration that's underway. Hey, thanks for being here.
Thank you all for having us.
Good morning, Philander.
Yeah, we missed the first couple words there, so welcome again.
Yes, well, I thank you for having us. That's the most important thing. We're very happy to be here in Albuquerque. Very special.
So what is this big magical celebration that you guys are doing?
Well, believe it or not, Disneyland in California, Anaheim, the original park that Walt Disney himself put together and walked through, is celebrating 70 years, if you can believe it.
Wow, really?
70 years? Wow. And so what types of things are you doing to celebrate?
We're doing a ton of stuff. You know, you only turn 71 time, so we wanted to make sure that we had a lot of entertainment and new experiences and attractions for guests to see when they come down to the resort. So, you know, incredible fireworks displays, our Paint the Night Parade, a brand new World of Color water show. Like, we wanted to pull out all of the stops.
And you did.
We did.
And so how long is this celebration going to go on?
Well, it's a long time. We want to make sure that people have an opportunity to come down because we don't want to do anything too short. So it's actually running all the way until the end of next summer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so even right now at the resort, we're celebrating both Halloween and the 70th, and then soon we'll be celebrating the holidays and the 70th. So people have a lot of time to make it down if they want to.
And a lot of extra things that happen down there. So you guys have been here for a few days this week. What's the reception been from the crowd?
You know what? I've been telling a lot of people it's a lot of passion. You know, we have a lot of very passionate people who love Disney, love coming to Disneyland, and I'm seeing that same type of passion here in Albuquerque. It's incredible seeing the two communities mixed together because the passion that I've seen around hot air ballooning has been incredible. And, you know, hearing about people have been, all the volunteers that come down. I met someone who'd been volunteering for almost 50 years.
Right.
That is incredible. I myself have been with the Walt Disney Company for 15 years, so I truly do understand connecting with something and, you know, kind of feeling with your whole heart and wanting to invest in it as much as possible. So having the two of us together here has been really special.
And the reaction to the balloon?
Oh, great. Even better.
I should say balloons.
Balloons.
Plural. Plural.
Yeah, we have our new balloon, our Celebrate Happiness balloon, which is incredible. It's got wonderful colors on it. You know, our characters are on it. And then our happiest balloon on Earth, the one shaped like Mickey Mouse, is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get an opportunity to fly?
Yes. We got to see both of them yesterday go off together. It was beautiful. Of course, our teams, they're amazing. They timed both launches at the same time, so they got to go off. So it's been really special getting to see that. And the reception from the crowd was absolutely amazing, getting to see, you know, families and kids enjoy.
Yeah, you came right over me yesterday. Art was down on the field, But did you get to fly? Have you had the opportunity to fly in a balloon?
Not on this trip. I have gotten to flown, but not on this trip.
Well, you need to come back to Albuquerque because you need to fly off this field.
I need
it's amazing.
to come back. No,
because at that time, it's the happiest place on Earth.
Seeing from the ground also was amazing. I can't even imagine what it's from. We've had some of our friends show pictures of what it looks like from above and how special that was. Just seeing all the people and the balloons. I've been to a balloon festival before, but this is by far the biggest I've ever seen.
Well, you guys are kind of on tour with the balloons here. So, like, where have you been? Where are you going?
Yeah, we just recently came from Phoenix and Tucson, and then we have this wonderful stop here in Albuquerque, and then they're heading on to Las Vegas next.
So, and will people be able to see the balloons at the park if they show up? Is there any plans for that?
Well, we did actually have it. We had it on the very first day, so July 17th on Disneyland's actual birthday. So 70 years to the day we had the balloon there. So that was really special. We had a wonderful party in the morning for our cast members, you know, in celebration to all of that happening. But it's been really great seeing that celebration going on at the resort. The resort is decked out in, you know, beautiful colors. The castle has a new color scheme to fit with it and a beautiful medallion. And of course, our characters are there, and they're wearing wonderful outfits that match the celebration.
Speaking of which,
we
opened our camera up a little bit, and we see someone kind of waiting.
Is
in
somebody
the wings
hiding over there?
There's somebody over there. There's somebody waiting over there. Hi, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey.
Big guy himself. But as you can see, I mean, look at his outfit, right? He is fantastic.
Yeah, that's a fabulous outfit, Mickey. Yeah. And I got to say, we watched you dance down there on the field yesterday. You got it, man. You got it.
You know, he's got moves. He's put me to shame. We've had an opportunity to dance before, but I always kind of have to step to the side because he is just too good. Too good.
He is absolutely too good. So, Mickey, good time here? Everything's been going great? Yeah. We are so excited that you are here. We're glad that you're back, and we hope that you'll come back more often again. Yes.
Yeah, we've been having a blast. We're definitely got to come back to see you all. It's such a special time, and then having all the families and the kids get to see Mickey and Minnie has been amazing. Yeah. You know, getting to show off our wonderful balloon and the matching color scheme for it also has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Too much fun for us.
That is a really great. You look. Yeah, just top notch.
I told them I want this jacket.
Yeah, why doesn't the rest of the team get to dress like
the crew? The crew should have the jacket. Absolutely. You got to match the balloon. You got to match Mickey. You got to have the whole attire there.
the whole setup there as well. Blender from Disney, thanks for coming. Thanks
Thank
to all
you.
the folks. We've had great fun talking with you up there. Do you have another?
No. Just, hey, I'm in awe. I've seen Mickey Mouse right in front of us.
There you go. And Minnie was up here the other day.
Yes, we need to get a
got
picture with Mickey because we have one with Minnie.
You have to have that.
Absolutely.
You have to have that.
And people have been sending, by the way, I don't know if you've got a chance to see that. People have been sending us pictures of other balloons with the Mickey and the celebration balloon.
See?
Everybody wants their picture with Mickey, whether it's Mickey in person or it's Mickey the balloon. Everybody wants the picture.
We've got all of our bases covered.
You got them all. Thanks, Mickey, for coming up. Thanks, Philander. Thanks to all the folks for Disney. We do hope you guys will come back to Balloon Fiesta in the years to come. We enjoy having you here. Bye-bye, Mickey.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Philander. Always great fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
MICKEYMOUSC.
So, yep, we're singing to you, Mickey. Static display here on the field this morning. There's the Coca-Cola balloon. Steve Mitchell standing up the Coca-Cola balloon. We see the UMB Bank balloon. The Fiesta Gold balloon is standing up. Remax is standing up. Sincerely, Paul Smith, the former executive director here at Balloon Fiesta.
Yeah, I don't know if they could show this, but we have a couple pilots that are really jealous that Mickey is up here and not down there with them. There's Tristan McLean and Brad Rice. They just sent me a note. You dirty dogs, they said.
That's great.
So
they're still practicing their dance moves over here.
yeah, they are. I think they're going to shame us if we go up there. They're going to want us to dance.
They are. Hey, so we're going to watch these balloons inflate while we get our opportunity to get our selfie picture with Mickey. So enjoy the pictures. We'll be right back. Oh, great. Go to Diane. Tell her to fill till we get back from our pictures.
Oh, this is so much fun out here. I say this is baby day. Yesterday was kids day, but this is baby day. And what we learned is it's never too young to trade for cards. Right, Mom? I mean, look at,
That's right.
18 months old.
18 months old, and his first ever balloon fiesta. And he's just having a blast.
And he likes the card. And this baby here is, what, how many months?
9 months old.
9 months old.
First fiesta.
And I think this is the first time I've seen that happen with a card.
Not an uncommon occurrence in our house.
A teething card. That's okay, as long as you become a pilot. As long as you become a pilot in, what, 18 years?
Right.
Can you show us your card? Can you show us your cards? Oh, you've got a card here with Ted and Art on it. Can you see them behind here? There they are. And this gentleman here, Mike Gorenflow,
yes,
knows Ted very well because you said Ted got you into ballooning.
Yep. Ted started crewing for Ted, and then he said, hey, got a chance to buy one. You want to buy in with me and start training to fly? And the rest is history.
And what about the history for, look at, I've never seen so many little ones here. You're a big gentleman to attract all these little ones?
Yep. We're at the age where everyone's coming out with the kiddos, so enjoying the balloon fiesta, taking it in.
Look at, there's another one up here. How adorable. And they all have Art and Ted's cards in their hand. The Balloon Fiesta Live card. Tell me about your children.
Oh, he is 3. What's your name? Caden. And this is his big brother. This is Hunter's big brother.
Okay, and there's one on top of you.
Andres, he's 16 months old now. He's loving ballooning. He's done a couple events with his Uncle Mikey, and we're just loving it.
So the 3-year-old is the oldest one here of the children, the 3-year-old.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for introducing us to your family and friends, and we're going to see them all in balloons in the near future.
That's it. See you later, Uncle Ted. Be good.
Bye. Bye, Ted and Art.
Bye, Teddy.
All right, thanks, Diane. Great to see those folks down there, and you hear they've already got the cards. So we are doing a static display of our balloons this morning. The speeds of the winds at about 1,500 feet, a little fast for us to be flying. The direction is also all off to the north, and so we don't have the greatest set of landing sites up there. The San Diego Pueblo, great partners for us up there. And so we want to respect that partnership and not put a whole lot of balloons and stretch their resources, their limited resources. So we're just going to stand up and do a great display here on the field, and we'll be able to show you lots of different pictures. This is our camera balloon today. So JB Aiken was going to fly the camera for us today. Again, we're going to do a static display. We're just going to watch them actually inflate the balloon. So they're holding the throat open with the inflator fan working to fill the air up with the cold or kind of cold air. It's like 63 degrees out here this morning. Once they get it fully packed of cold air, then they hit the burners, heat the air, the balloon stands up. So as I'm looking through the field, there are still guys who are doing candlestick burns. That's firing the burner off without the envelope above, but we're going to get a lot of balloons standing up. I see the Festival Leon balloon is out there. This is Sincerely. This is Paul Smith, which I mentioned earlier. Longtime executive director of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, just retired. And you saw the heat waves coming off a burner.
That's a fantastic shot right there.
Yeah, in front of the balloon. And here's JB putting the heat to his balloon, and so you see how it comes up. In fact, you see how the sides kind of cave in? That's the heat sucking itself and pushing its way up to the top of the balloon. And so the bottom, as that air moves up, it tends to kind of cave the bottom in. That's why you want to make sure you've got a lot of cold air.
A nice, thick, cold-packed balloon before you put the heat to it, correct.
If you don't have enough, that side just caves all the way in. You can't get the burner through there.
And sometimes you may end up burning a panel or two. It's happened to the best of us.
The Beef Council standing up. The red and white and gold one is Dos Equis. Just kind of in the back there, red, white, and blue. That's the Accident Insurance Company. Of course, Accident Insurance Company bringing us Team FastTracks.
Yes.
And the great jumps that they did last night.
And they're back again. That's the new balloon from J.J. Mancini. Just premiered this morning in our early Krispy Kreme glow. And it was elevated.
Rising Revolt.
Rising Revolt, sorry.
There's always a lot of elevation stuff in balloon names. There's the Leon Mexico balloon. So the word to the pilots is they're continuing to monitor the radar. The clouds are kind of heavy, a lot of gray, and apparently there's some moisture in there. So they're saying we may get another very light sprinkle. They'll keep letting us know as we move through the morning.
Yeah, I'm looking at the radar right now, and I don't see anything that was as heavy as before. So I believe that we may be good for a little while. I think that's Natasha Stanky right there in Bank Bobber, or one of hers. There is Gut Wrenched. Sean Spikert made the Zia out of his tools and the skull there. So some New Mexico flavor and significance of that logo.
And so if you see the wrenches making that Zia, then you know you're on Gut Wrenching.
Yep.
If they're not there, then he's in his racer, which is Gut Punch.
Seasons off to the left right there.
All righty, let's go back down to Diane.
Flash. We love the Flash. I have Brad back here. He's a navigator. That means he's a volunteer. Had Balloon Fiesta, has been volunteering for 3 years. And we're showing, while we're talking to you, you know, as a photographer, we need to see what the action is. We got a lot of action behind us. And it's interesting, Brad is from Santa Fe, and he works full time, but you're here as a volunteer on your vacation. Why do you do this, Brad?
I've been here every year since 1999. Brought my kids here when I was young. Love the event, love seeing the kids, all the first timers here, their faces light up. You know, it's not old, no matter how many times you do it. It's just beautiful. And so, just so much fun. And I love seeing the happy pictures, you know. Just took a few pictures of some kids getting in a gondola, having fun, smiling. Little babies, or just a couple of newborns over there. Oh, you know, their first balloon fiesta.
What kind of tips do you have as a photographer? What kind of tips do you have for folks out here?
For the balloons. I see a lot of people who are always focusing on their kids, but look for the backdrops. So I was kind of giving, even just this morning, telling them, turn around, look at the different angles. When you're walking around the field, stop, turn around, look up. And, people don't always look in the different directions, so it's kind of take advantage of stopping, pausing for a second, but also enjoy it. Too many people are, we have to take photos a lot, but, enjoy the day too. Don't be on your phones all the time. Look around, really just enjoy the beauty of it.
And again, the background is so important.
And so it is. It's like the mountains are, even today, I was hoping we were going to have a better sunrise. It showed some hints earlier.
A little bit of pink. We saw some pink.
And then it went away. I was like,
Well,
so those are all.
Thank you for volunteering, and it's a pleasure to volunteer.
It is. It's love it. I'll be back next year, hopefully. So.
And all the navigators will be. We have quite a few to put the show on. The biggest show here in New Mexico, the biggest show with balloons, but it takes a team to do it and a team of navigators, which are the volunteers. So we salute them and we appreciate all that they do, all that we do.
And thank you, by the way, for doing what you do.
Thank you. Back to Ted and Art.
Hey, so Brad was also in the right place at the right time yesterday, the final day of competition, and we had triangles and we had X's and we had ring the pole. So here's some pictures that Brad got for us. So banner number 76 coming in, and you see they're just leaning over and then let the ring fall instead of throwing it. You can see the ring is actually at the bottom level of the basket, going down the pole, then a little bit farther down the pole. And then, of course, because you have just won some big bucks, you have to have a celebration as well.
Yes,
so those pictures by Brad, and you just heard Brad talk to Diane about getting them.
Yeah, that's pilot Ariana Leandro Gambin from Barcelona, Spain. And then we had the gentleman dropping the ring on the pole was her additional pilot. That was Jose Rafael Gonzalez Galin from Magdalena, Spain.
Excellent. And we just saw that new Rising Revolt balloon, and the other balloon we've been talking about all week is the red, white, and blue balloon, D4. And we've been talking about that pilot, Tim Taylor, and he's here on the set this morning. Good morning. We're good. We're going to hear you in a second, I think. They'll get you. There it is. All right. So, hey, you've flown Dawn Patrol all week. How's it been?
Great, been exciting. Have fast days, we had one good slow day, but other than that, it's been zippy.
And we saw you land in a neighborhood one morning too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how's that? What's the reaction when you land right there in front of somebody's house?
That's the best. That's the best, because what happens is everybody in the neighborhood comes out and we let them all help. I feel that, we got to touch people with the love of the Lord, so we let them help with the balloon, and we shine the light of the Lord and touch children and touch people everywhere. So,
well, I reached out to Tim way back. We do all this pre-planning, and Art and I were thinking about all these different camera angles we've talked about. We reached out to the Dawn Patrol team, and they said, who should fly if we put a camera in there? And I said, Tim Taylor's got to be the one to fly it. So we reached out to him way back in August and coordinated this. And one day Mother Nature didn't help out, but we really appreciate you. You created another first at Balloon Fiesta Live. You having a camera in there during the Dawn Patrol. So explain to the folks when you fly Dawn Patrol as a pilot. We're both pilots and we fly during the day, but at nighttime when it's dark out, what are you looking for as you're flying?
Well, that's the best ride in the house, honestly. I'm the longest running Dawn Patrol pilot out there. I've been flying since 1990 with Craig. Before we were allowed to fly on the field or fly off the field. But when you're flying at night, you get to, like the other night, we watched a moon set and a sunrise. It's absolutely amazing. And then yesterday when we took off, I could see everybody coming to the park, and every lane, all lanes went to the park. So it was, I told my crew, said, don't go that way. Yes. So we went out to the west side, which I never fly over there, but Dawn Patrol is actually, it is so spectacular. I mean, you're up there and it's dark and it's beautiful, and you get to see the world wake up. It's just amazing.
Absolutely. So I have to bring up the fact that you're kind of decked out with Chick-fil-A stuff here.
Yes, sir.
So I know that you have a connection, run part of the balloon program for Chick-fil-A. How does that work? What is that? How did that all come about? Tell us about a corporation, Chick-fil-A, having an actual balloon program. What is that all about? How does it work?
So I'm the corporate pilot for Chick-fil-A, and we operate their balloons in Utah, New Mexico, and Dallas. When we first started, we started in Utah, and we were such a success. We were able to help those stores achieve a milestone. They went from 19th in their region out of 27 regions. We went from 19 to number 1.
Wow.
And Albuquerque was number 27 out of 27, and we were able to help them achieve number 4 out of the region. So, and it's not just the balloon, it's the people that we touch. It's the little ones that we give ears to, and we give swag to, and we pass out, Chick-fil-A and all the souls that we bring to the Lord with our smiles and hugs and all the things that we do. So yeah, it is not just a balloon. It's all of us making it work together and touching those lives.
So the balloon, because it's so large, is kind of probably the more visible part of it.
Yes.
But then once you bring those folks in with that, then you're able to make that
and balloons are giant cuddly teddy bears. So there's not a soul that walks up to a balloon and not smile.
Absolutely.
So when they walk up, and we do a lot of school assemblies. So when we're out there, we let the kids help. They help pack up. We take them inside. I was able to, earlier this year, I got 500 kids in my balloon. So on the ground, we had them all crawl in and crawl out. And we got pictures of 500 kids coming through that envelope.
So I was going to say, so they went inside the envelope.
Yeah. So what we did was we brought a class in, and we shot a picture and brought a class out, brought a class in, and they all got pictures inside the envelope, and it was wonderful. Especially a lot of elementary kids, little kids, kindergartners, all the way up to the elementary 5th and 6th grade. And then we let them help us pack up and roll on the tarp and roll on the balloon. It's just, that's how we touch people.
And those memories, they'll keep forever.
They'll last forever, yes, sir.
And we could probably inspire some of those kids to become a balloon pilot, because that's what happened to myself years ago here in Albuquerque. We weren't walking through balloons, but watching them and seeing them and really getting inspired. And I can't think of a better ambassador for the program that you run other than Tim Taylor.
Thank you very much. It's the ears. That's what gives me away.
Well, you're a little in competition with Mickey. He had some bigger ears.
Yeah,
so
he has bigger ears.
You may need some bigger ears.
But just a great example of how corporations, companies understand the power of having a balloon and the visibility it gives you so that you can get your message out, whatever that message may be.
Exactly. So when we first started flying here, the first day we flew here, we flew from the Chick-fil-A off Paseo, flew over Hope Christian, and all these kids on the ground were chanting Chick-fil-A, and it was like swarms of this row just moving across the field chanting Chick-fil-A, and we videoed that, and I sent it to them. I said, "You guys ready for a balloon now?" And it was like, "Yep." done. But that's the joy that the balloon gives to children. And I've been flying 37 years, and I've never had anybody chant Chick-fil-A. But when those kids are out there, they're chanting Chick-fil-A, and there's nobody there to tell them how to do it. It just starts.
It just starts. That's what they see.
Yep.
It's
amazing.
Tim Taylor, thanks for joining us. Thanks for representing ballooning, Chick-fil-A, and of course Dawn Patrol, and for getting our camera up. That was great.
It was a fun ride.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you like it when we came back over the
did.
Rio?
Yeah.
Well, you managed to come back most every day.
Yes, sir.
And you like you have every year. Yeah, you like to work that, and obviously a very iconic balloon to be able to spot in the sky.
Well, that balloon's been here. This is the second generation of that balloon since 1996.
Well, we may have to start a tradition of him getting us up in Dawn Patrol going forward.
We'll have to do that. Yeah. Thanks, Tim. Tim Taylor joining us here on the rooftop studio on Balloon Fiesta Live. As we continue to watch the static display, and of course, static displays, while we'd love to be flying, when it's a day like this when you know the flying isn't the best, then let's do the next best thing. Let's stand up the balloon and let's let everybody have a conversation with us, get the pictures of it. We saw a great picture of the 70th Disneyland celebration and Mickey. There's Cynthia Seal, and lots of pictures of people getting in the basket, getting their pictures taken. We continue to talk about the tops of the balloons.
The vanity tops, yeah.
How people decorate them. There's one with the blue or turquoise Zia in the top of the yellow balloon.
The shot before we had of Tristan McLean was his father, Tom McLean, in the basket with him. So there it is right there.
There you go.
And there he is.
Not the one that just got the card, the one behind. With
right.
The
That's
ball
Tom in the gray ball cap, yeah. And there's Tristan shaking hands and kissing babies. And that's what we do here in balloons. So we hear Diane Kinderwater is down on the field with some of these folks enjoying the static display here. So Diane, who do you have for us down there?
Oh boy, I've got Chris and Monique from Louisiana, Lake Charles, southern Louisiana, but they've also lived in New Orleans, Do I say it right? New Orleans, New Orleans.
It's got to be New Orleans.
New Orleans, baby. Yeah.
And they stopped me because they liked my hat, and it reminded you of what?
Mardi Gras. And I also have music festivals. I put on a hat for all the music festivals I go to. Bonnaroo, Wakarusa, and all kinds of things. Louisiana festivals, international festivals.
How does this compare to, you said, how does this compare to New Orleans and Mardi Gras?
This is very focused. Mardi Gras is all over the place. There's all kinds of live music and people all in costumes and lots of just people cooking, barbecuing and everything in Mardi Gras and the parades with big floats, just waxadaisical and fun and everything.
It's a lot earlier in the morning too, you know. We were out here at like 4 o'clock in the morning, so yeah.
That's when you're not even,
people are just going to bed.
Yeah, you're not even wrapping up at 4 a.m. So it's just you know, I've always considered this kind of like a festival in reverse. You come in the night at dark, and then then it comes to the day where most festivals you're on in the day, and then it goes
to the night.
Yeah.
Of course, we have the balloon glows that go in the day and go in the night.
I cannot wait. We're hoping to get to go up in a balloon tomorrow. If the weather's good, we'll get to go up. We're very excited about that.
But this is a nice festival.
It's a wonderful festival.
Everybody's
It is so friendly.
Good. Everybody talks to you.
There's so much to do. Even though the balloons aren't going up, there's so much to do. There's lots of food. There's lots of booths, arts and crafts. There's just a lot going on.
Yeah, even though they're not going up, it's still, look how beautiful this is.
And all the captains are like Mardi Gras people. They talk to you and they're fun. They let me get in there and do the gas and everything.
You do?
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
Where else can you do that? That's pretty rare.
Nowhere else.
You get to participate. You're here and you're participating.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. You get to be a part of it. And that is really, everybody's very open to that. They're very open to you participating.
You got to do the gas.
Yes, both of us.
That's pretty powerful. How fun. Thank you. Appreciate you. Back to the rooftop studio.
Those crawdads in the Rio Grande better look out for our folks from Lake Charles.
There you go. And getting to do the gas.
Getting to do the gas. It's liquid propane, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's still a gas.
There's a great shot from our drone, Gary Williams, and our Cracked Windfire Productions team. And the minute I say that, they're going to say that's Jesse's drone, but that's okay.
That's all right. Hey,
I just did both of them.
Yeah, so there's Bob the Lighthouse, one of our special shapes. Yesterday, actually Thursday and Friday, great glow days. Fabulous glow last night. Of course, when we do a balloon glow, that also means it's time for Team FastTracks to jump in. They get us started with a flag jump, and then they come back into a pyrotechnics. They've managed to get up early and join us here at the rooftop studio. Matt Harvey, Dimitri, and Mike are all up here this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
So, how was last night? How was the jump?
Beautiful. It was such a wonderful evening. You know, the day jump was wonderful. The flags flew beautifully, and the night jump. There's just, you know, being able to watch the flicker from above, you know, the all glows. Such a beautiful sunset view.
Yeah, actually, we called a couple of glows for you guys as you were circling around. Hopefully, you'll share that video or pictures you took from up there with us.
We got some good footage. We'll be sharing that.
Absolutely. Sure. But it looks like you brought something with you, Matt.
Yeah, so we just wanted to, you know, leave with a parting gift. So Demi and Mike are holding up a poster. This is for the 10th anniversary of 9/11. We did a 10 flag jump. So you see 10 of our big flags. The two biggest being the 5,000 and the 8,000. The 5,000 we're flying here. The 8,000 is reaching the end of its serviceable life. But then the other flags are anywhere from 2,000 down to 500 square feet at the smallest. So yeah, you had quite a bit of American flag fabric flying over our home base in Middletown, Ohio. We were originally going to fly over Ground Zero in New York, but the president was making a speech in town last minute, and they decided, hey, let's just, you know.
And when that happens, then they throw up those TFRs, those temporary flight restrictions, and none of us do anything unless we're part of that particular activity, just like your Balloon Fiesta.
Absolutely, yes.
So that drop that you guys do where you came down in tandem together with the flag in between, that was incredible. So was Dimitri the one of the ones that did it?
That was actually Brian and Yulia Payburn, husband-wife couple. They're both amazing competitors on the national level. Multiple gold medals and world championships. Many of our team members do it. They are just probably the most experienced, just by their proximity.
So do they just kind of attach, like they had the flag between them, they just kind of attach that to their ankles or their feet?
So what they do, Art, is they jump out and really close to one another. They fly up and they actually dock on each other's parachute, meaning they actually have hands and feet in the fabric of the other's parachute.
Okay.
Then the person on top drops down the lanyard from the flag that would go between them, and then they attach that to their harness. And each of them have a cutaway system, so that way if anything goes wrong, we can get rid of it very quickly.
Right.
And then what they do is they separate and they go apart, and then they roll down facing towards the ground. And they'll be reaching speeds in excess of 20 miles or 60 miles per hour straight towards the ground. And that's what's making that flag fly so beautifully and flutter. And then they, of course, separate once they get down to, around 600 feet or so. And that's when the person on the bottom end of the flag will then cut away. But, of course, the top person can cut away if they think it's necessary.
Sure.
It's a beautiful display. It adds a little bit of speed in a very safe way. And it's just dazzling to watch from below.
We had that helmet cam video of that, and it was just incredible. You could see, and I could feel the speed. I mean, it was unbelievable.
How fast they were coming
Man.
down. And then they did that again with the pyrotechnics last night.
Absolutely.
And I thought they came a lot lower than 600 feet. They probably weren't. But, man, it seemed like they came down pretty low before they separated. But just incredible stuff.
Yes, it is. There aren't too many teams that are able to do that and do it effectively, safely. And we're just very fortunate that we have the talent on the team and the support from our sponsors to be able to do that.
Well, we certainly always enjoy having Team FastTracks here and seeing you guys again year after year after year. Thanks for being here. Of course, you're on the schedule tonight for a 5 o'clock jump with the flag and a 7:30 pyrotechnics again. So we'll wait and see for that jump later tonight here on Balloon Fiesta Live.
Yes.
Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having us. Always a pleasure.
All right. So, again, we continue to do a static display here at Balloon Fiesta. The weather is not quite the same.
Getting a little bit of moisture again down here on the south of the field.
Well, a few minutes ago, just before while we were talking with Tim Taylor, they told us that there was the chance of another little sprinkle coming through. And so we'll see what we're going to be able to. So let us just kind of, we're going to go down to Diane, and we're going to probably need to just make a quick cover up here on the stage as we continue to get a few drops. Again, that's just going to kind of go through as we continue to do a static display here at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta Live. And so down to Diane.
Aeronauts movie.
We've got Patrick Sullivan, who is the proud owner of 23 hot air balloons. And right now we're standing under Bob, the lighthouse.
Yep. Yeah, Bob is one of our favorites. We actually just acquired him. We only had him about 2 months now. And we have Zach flying in for us for the whole festival.
Hey, Zach.
How are you?
You came in 5th last year?
I came in 5th last year, yeah.
In the competition?
Competition, yes.
Why did you do so well?
I think it was took a lot of skill and a little bit of luck and a whole lot of fighting for it.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So why does a person own 23 hot air balloons?
So this is all we do full time, and we do ballooning a little bit differently than most of the other companies. We actually just go to festivals all over the world as a full-time job.
And you fly people?
Yeah, so we fly some people at the festivals, but we have 7 special shapes and 2 gas balloons.
We're going to step over here. Bob is big, so Bob needs a lot of hot air.
Bob is very heavy. Bob's 650 pounds, so he needs a lot of heat to keep him standing.
How many canisters do you go through with Bob, the lighthouse?
Usually 2. Because he's actually only 106,000 cubic feet, but he's very, very heavy. So.
And very, very, very tall.
Yeah, he's 135 feet. I think the only other balloon taller is a Zobra. Although I have to ask the Chile guy how tall he is. I haven't managed to find out from him yet.
So tall means he really stands out like a lighthouse.
Yep, exactly.
What other special shapes do you own?
So we have the Spider Pig, who's always a fan favorite. He should be out tonight. We have the 2 cops, the Robberhead, the Betty G, and the Butterfly, and we're actually having a Rubik's Cube made right now.
What would you like to tell the viewers out there about having special shapes and the wonderment of them, designing them, and choosing what kind of design?
No, I mean, they're a lot of fun. We try to find the really interesting shapes. A lot of people think that, like, from the professional side of ballooning, that they can't be as productive as regular balloons, but if you just get a lot of them, it works out better. You know, we go to festivals, sometimes we bring, 6 or 7 balloons to one festival.
How many do you have here at the Balloon Fiesta?
We have 4 here.
4 here.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you from originally, Patrick Sullivan?
So we're mostly in Boston. We actually have a house in Phoenix, but then we actually mostly live in our RV.
Mostly living at fiestas and festivals.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
How does this compare to the other festivals?
I mean, this is always like the biggest festival that we ever go to, and we go all over the world to all kinds of other festivals. We do about 35 festivals a year.
What other places you go to?
December we go to Qatar. We go to all places all over the country. We actually go to Mexico in a couple weeks.
Qatar.
Yeah.
Very good. Fantastic. Thank you for spending this morning with us. Appreciate all you're doing for the Balloon Fiesta. It's wonderful.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Ted and Art. Back to you.
Thanks, Diane. Thanks
Diane.
to Patrick for bringing all those balloons and taking a few
Rubik's
minutes.
Cube. I'm excited to see that one.
You
Will
heard
it
it first.
Will it spin?
I don't know. We'll have to see. But you heard it first. A new balloon coming. The Rubik's Cube will be probably here at Balloon Fiesta next year if he's
You heard
in
it here right live on Balloon Fiesta
Yep.
Live. People are already plotting the pins, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's where you get all the great information.
All the great information,
Right
yes.
here on Balloon Fiesta Live. Hey, speaking of great information, the executive director of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, Julie Morgus-Baca, is joining us this morning. Good morning, Julie. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
You bet. So what do you think?
Well, I think it's a beautiful morning, a little overcast, little sprinkles, but you know what? They haven't skipped a beat, so the pilots still give us a beautiful show.
How's the week been for you?
The week has been...
Let me set this up just a little bit.
Okay.
You've been with us basically 1 year and 1 month, and so you came on and everything was a whirlwind a year ago. Now that you're a year in, how is Balloon Fiesta for you?
Balloon Fiesta is wonderful. So let me just say, we have 19 staff. They are amazing. They work all year to get ready. And then here comes the troops, the 1,000 volunteers that we have. So we couldn't do it without them. We couldn't do it with the pilots that are the stars of the show, our sponsors, our partners. So I think we're in really good shape this year.
What's the biggest thing you learned in the year since you're starting a year ago to now?
I've learned that, it's a really great big party, but it's complicated. So, you've got legalities, you've got contracts, there's all these different things that you have to do to get ready, right? So it just doesn't happen. There's just so much preparation, as you know, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I both basically started my position here and your position there about the same time. Last year was my first year here with Art. It was yours for first year, so he kind of took the thunder on that question. But if there's anything that you look at out here now and maybe you go back to your team with, what would be like the number 1 or 2 things that maybe you think you can help the staff make it even better for the guests out there?
I think we're really on a good path. So I just think that we kind of keep doing what we're doing. We refine things, but I really think that we took a few steps forward. And I will say this, Paul Smith, my predecessor, really gave me a gift. And what he did is he laid the foundation and he handed over a very well-run machine. It is amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to make Paul proud and everyone proud, all the world, the community, the board, everyone, and we're going to enhance what he put in place, what the staff and everyone has put in place.
And I know that Paul is enjoying setting his balloon up and flying this week. In fact, he's basically directly behind you in his balloon sincerely back there. Anything else you want to add, Julie?
No, just thanks for having me here. I am convinced that this is the right place for me because I love it. We are going to give it our all. We're going to take Fiesta to the community.
So I got one final question. When do you get your license to fly one of these things?
Actually, I've thought about it. Now, I don't know if I'd have the time to do it, but at least ground school, just so I can learn the basics.
Deal.
There you go.
All right.
Julie Morgus-Baca, Executive Director of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. Thanks for stopping by Balloon Fiesta Live this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You betcha. All right, we continue to do a static display here on Balloon Fiesta. Balloon Fiesta, the final Saturday of our event. So there's just some weather in the area. The winds aren't conducive above. We keep getting these little showers that come through. They drop about 20 drops on us, and just enough to start to kind of close up the electronics, and then next thing you know, it stops. So I think that's going to continue through the morning. We'll have to see how that impacts tonight's activities, but we are scheduled for our Night Magic Balloon Glow tonight. And with the Team FastTracks jump at 5, and then the Balloon Glow about 6:30, and then Team FastTracks again at 7:30, drone show at 7:45, fireworks at 8. Tomorrow, can't believe it's the Farewell Maes Ascension.
Yeah.
Absolutely. These 9 days, 14 sessions have gone flying by. And of course, it's very difficult to keep up with everything. So that's why all of our shows are archived, and you can go back and watch all of them. In fact, we'll now have 9 years worth of video. So that's a whole lot. It's pushing 400 hours worth of video that you can go back and watch on BalloonFiestaLive.com.
You know, I have to really we should all thank these pilots and crews that are out here on a day like today, because you know what, it's been a long week. They could just pack it up and leave, but they are making sure that the show goes on for all these fans that came out here, all this crowd, the little boys, the little girls, and all of us, whether you're 2 or 102. This is just a fantastic view of them supporting the sport of ballooning. And we've talked about that all week long, about how we really want to have the support out there of not just the balloonists, but the people of the general public as well. So it's fantastic. I love that they do that. If I was down there with my balloon, it would be up right now.
You bet. There's Infinitude, the fractal printed balloon. You mentioned printing fabric before. Jonathan Wolf used to do tie-dye balloons, and then he figured out, working with Ultra Magic, how to actually print balloons, fabric, and so you see that.
Tap at the rainwater. I can't remember the name of the balloon. It's a purple balloon in the middle, and we saw Plum fired up over there, getting purpleized on the
And that looks like the eyeballs of Bob the Lighthouse, which we just talked about. And Diane Kinderwater has found yet another special balloon to talk about. Diane?
Thanks, gentlemen. I have Gus Gustafson. Actually, it's Wynn Gustafson from Minnesota, St. Cloud, Minnesota. And Luke is the pilot as well. And they're with Freedom Flight, but also they fly the POW MIA balloon. And I was asking a little bit about your organization. And again, with our country celebrating its 250th birthday soon, what does that mean to you?
Well, number one, freedom isn't free. And we have been flying these Freedom Flight balloons since 1989 to bring awareness to the POW MIA issue. And it's all about bringing everyone home. And that's why we fly the balloons, to bring awareness. Our country was founded on the principles of freedom and of all things. And you know, we want to continue and ensure that we have freedom. So we need to support our troops, our service people, everyone. EMTs, you name it.
EMTs, everybody who's helping us stay free. And again, 250th birthday for our nation. It's a time to think and remember how we were founded and what it stands for, our country.
That's right. There's a lot of people that have fought and died for our flag and for our country. And we represent the over 80,000 people that are still missing yet today. So we fly our balloons in honor of them, but also for all the family members that are still waiting. So, you know, we'll continue to do this. We have 4 POW balloons, 11 volunteer pilots, and we're pretty proud of the fact that nobody gets paid. This is all volunteer work, and everything's donated. So,
Luke and Gus, one more shot, Gus. What do spectators here at Fiesta tell you about your balloon?
I had a woman come up the other day thanking me immensely. Her father was a POW in Vietnam for 5 years, and that's a big deal.
It is.
Big deal.
And that kind of stuff keeps us flying and keeps us volunteering, because when people come in and they say, you know, we like all the balloons here, but yours is our favorite because of the message. So when you look at our card, it says on the front of the balloon, it says, "You are not forgotten," but there's also a tear in the eagle's eye. So that's for all those that we left behind, and we need to teach the kids what this stands for because they're not learning it in school. We're an educational nonprofit. That's what we do with our 4 balloons.
And you're tearing up a little bit yourself.
Excuse me?
You're tearing up a little bit yourself about the woman telling you thank you.
Yeah, it's always catches me, so.
Always, after all
Yeah,
these years.
After all these years.
How wonderful that the Balloon Fiesta can be educational as well for everybody. And of course, Balloon Fiesta Live are telling all the families elsewhere.
That's right.
A lot about balloons and now about POWs and MIAs.
That's right.
This is my 30th year here at Fiesta, and his 20th. So we've had 50 years of exposing the balloons here at Fiesta. So.
And to hear that some folks say it's their favorite, that's very touching.
So it's not Palmia. That's kind of an insult to our veterans when you say that, because it is a full acronym. POWMIA stands for Prisoners of War Missing in Action. So again, we represent the over 80,000 people that are still missing yet today.
Thank you. Appreciate all you're doing, Luke. Thank you, Gus.
See you, Diane.
Back to you, Art.
Thanks, Diane. So the latest word from our officials and our weather folks is that the last little bit of 20 drop showers that came by continue to move away. And they expect the winds to stay calm for a little bit longer yet.
Yeah, looking at the radar here, there doesn't seem to be very much down back behind us. I think it's through.
Hey, where's Waldo?
Hey, there's Waldo, or known as Billy.
Bill Broker always likes to, on one of his, at the end of whatever balloon rally or festival or fiesta he may be at, likes to dress up as Waldo. He actually has a small balloon that he built that is the red and white of Waldo. It's a little too small to fly here in Albuquerque due to the fact that we're a mile high. But, of course, he also did bring 2 other new special shapes, the llamas.
Yeah, I like those llamas.
Yeah, well, those are great.
Como se llama llama, and, oh, heck. You can look
No
at them.
problemo llama.
Yeah, no problema llama.
So he has the Plano, the city of Plano balloon stood up at the moment.
There's JB right in the center there, Bacon.
Yep, and Pixel Perfect. We
Yes,
had a lot of conversations about Pixel Perfect.
Pixel Perfect.
Trying to get to the target yesterday.
Was perfectly pixelated, yes. Many times over the target this week.
I'm trying to see if that yellow one with the orange in the bottom.
You talk about printing also on the balloons. If you look at that Meow Wolf balloon right behind Rod Baca, the Farmers Insurance balloon, when you first look at it, it's like, wait a minute, is it floating in? Is it floating? That's just the optical illusion of the print job. It really is not. That balloon is fully inflated right there.
Hey, by the way, last year, Rich Kerber was flying Meow Wolf. This year he's flying Dos Equis. Got a chance to chat with him. He kind of embarrassed his wife last year because it was her birthday.
Yes, I
and so
remember
he
that.
came up on the set. And we did a whole big birthday thing for his wife. And so, of course, birthdays come around every year. Balloon Fiesta comes around every year. So it was her birthday again earlier this week. And he says, I wanted to do that again, but she said, no, don't do that. So we'll do it for Rich. Happy birthday, Mrs. Gerber.
Happy birthday to you.
At least she's probably not watching at work today with all of her work colleagues.
yes.
She should be home today since it's a Saturday.
There is Sir Mix-a-Lot, locally owned and operated by the Rainbow Riders Corporation, with Smokey to the left and the Fidelity Balloon to the right. And Neil Jackson right down there in
that final lower right corner, yeah. Another example of corporations that understand the power of balloons, the visibility of balloons, and how you can use them to get your message out, whatever that is. Come buy my stuff, some cause, some piece of something that you need to learn about, whether it be the POWMIA situation,
Another
whatever
corporate
it is.
entity right here.
Yeah.
Into the Mountain Gods is down in Ruidoso.
So come see us in Ruidoso. So it's a great way of advertising or public service announcement type activities. A balloon is a great billboard
And we're seeing more and more cities actually get involved in the corporate ballooning. We have Los Cobitos that is sponsored by the city of Las Vegas, New Mexico. And we had the folks from Carlsbad stop by yesterday in New Mexico. So, different angles and reaches to bring people to their attractions of their cities. Obviously Carlsbad, New Mexico with the Carlsbad Caverns. So Las Vegas, New Mexico has a lot of historic places up there. I mean, most people don't know this, but Las Vegas, New Mexico was there before the original Las Vegas, Nevada, and the railroad ran through there. Many people thought that they were going to Las Vegas, Nevada, got off the train in Las Vegas, New Mexico, and never left. That's how I acquired like 3 or 4 of my aunts. My uncles met these ladies from the Midwest, and they never left Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Never left.
No.
Just a moment ago, we saw a road trip balloon. Speaking of the scenic route and traveling, and there's another shot of
Steve.
Well, I was going to say Infinitube, and then tall Steve peering over the top of things.
And right there to the right is Giggles and Grins, Nancy Abul Hanks.
Yeah, we saw a front-on shot of that not too long ago. And also, just a moment again, here's this shot with Remax and Coca-Cola and KOB and Disneyland and U.S. Bank. All of these balloons, all with their corporate logos up and their sponsors' banners on the balloon, which is one of the other reasons you stand your balloon up, because you want to get the message out.
Yes, absolutely.
In fact, when I first started ballooning, I was crewing for a balloon, which we actually showed you an old picture of the other day, and we typically were sponsored by Village Inn. And so the pilot of the balloon always said, I want to be close in to where the TV cameras were at the time, because there was no Balloon Fiesta Live. And I'm going to rotate the balloon around so that the banner can be seen on that TV camera. So being conscious of where those cameras are and the placements are, that's something that a good pilot for their sponsors and corporation, whatever you might be doing, you're aware of that and you're always trying to make that shot happen.
We hear Diane Kinderwater has some folks down on the field. Diane, who do you have for us?
You can buy so many things here at the Balloon Fiesta, including banana chairs. We've got 4 of them stacked here. And I have Annabelle from Austin, Texas, and her beautiful family. Welcome to Fiesta. And a friend, come on in, come on in. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Where are you from?
From Farmington, New Mexico.
Farmington.
Yes, Farmington, Mexico.
Thank you for stopping. Appreciate you. Annabelle, first time here?
Yes, that's the first time.
And tell me about your banana chairs.
So we just needed somewhere to sit, so then my husband bought them for us. Because we didn't want to be on the ground since it's been a little bit wet out here.
And so how were they?
They were amazing. We love them so much.
And they're going to be easy to take home to Austin, Texas, right? Just uninflate them? Is that the word?
Yes, absolutely. You just take the air out, roll them up, and then you take them with you.
How comfortable were they?
Very, very comfortable.
Did you want to fall asleep in it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we did. Look at, they're so nice and light. Do you want to show us how they work? Let's.
Go ahead, Olivia.
Yeah, Olivia, come on, girls, come on. Let's just take a look at the banana chairs. Olivia, just something new and different.
I want that dollar.
Get in. Again, there's a lot of pins and T-shirts, and of course I love the hats, but what about the banana chairs? Mom?
Close. These are not my kids.
They're your friends. Okay, how is it?
Oh, nice.
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, if she doesn't want to, I'm going to give it a try. I don't want, you know what? What if I pop it? What did they say? You pop it, you own it. You pop it, you own it. Actually, they're not very expensive, so if I pop it, I own it, and I'll pay you. Ooh, this is comfy. I like it. Oh, you can see all the balloons. And it's got a headrest. Okay. It feels good on the back, actually. Feels good on the back. Feels good on the back. Back to you, Art and Ted.
Sleeping again on the job, I'm telling you.
Yeah, leave it to Diane to find a way to...
I'll tell you what, maybe we need one of those for after the show, but not during the show. There's too much going on.
No. I do have to say that the chairs that we've had up here for since the beginning, I find very comfortable to be able to sit here for the 3.5 hours that we set up here. Of course, it's still sitting, so you got to figure out a way to kind of get up every so often and stretch. You don't see that because all that stuff that goes on behind the scenes pretty incredible.
Mr. Eric Hodges in That's Amore in the Check-Our Port Balloon, and Don Doherty right behind him in, I believe, Midnight Sunrise. They're from up in Colorado.
And that is Tortuga de Fuego.
Yes.
The flaming
turtle.
Ken Beebe.
And there's a whole story behind that, but that's for another day.
Yeah.
And there's the
beautiful world.
Beautiful world with those indicators that you spoke of. That big pink star obviously represents Albuquerque on the world in the map.
But then you see all the other stars and other parts of the world. There may be flags. So the this balloon built for the 50th by Jewel Cutter. Of course, Sid Cutter, the founder of Balloon Fiesta, and her husband until he passed away. Well, I guess it's still your husband even after that, right? He formed this corporation to carry on Balloon Fiesta and to put it on, so it was called World Balloon Corporation. And then after the city helped create a commission to create Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, Inc., then Sid changed it to World Balloon Company and did all kinds of things with balloons, including that commercial flying types of things that we've been talking about a lot this morning. And so they built all these world balloons, and they had different sizes, and there was Perfect World and Little World, and I don't even remember all the names, but they had all these world names and all these world balloons. And of course, they've all gone to balloon heaven as the fabric ages out, those types of things. But Jewel thought she'd bring it back one more time for the 50th, and that is the balloon Beautiful World that we see. Al Nell's been flying it for us this entire week, and that's always special to be able to see that balloon standing up here at Balloon Fiesta. Hey, of course, we've been giving away license plates and jackets all week. And lots of you have entered, and you can still get in. It's kind of like your last chance to get entered. We've got license plates to give away this morning. We've got license plates to give away tonight. We've got license plates to give away tomorrow. We have to announce the winner of yesterday's jacket because, yes, you could win a jacket as well. And then tomorrow we'll announce the winner of today's jacket. So let's throw up the QR code, kind of call it your last chance, your last ditch effort to get your name into the mix. So scan the QR code and enter our giveaway for Balloon Fiesta Live license plates or jackets. Now, people are asking, have they done the drawing yet? Have they given that away? And so here's the way this works. When you enter the drawing by using the QR code here, it gives you a number. And then I put all of those numbers into a random number generator, and I have it pick. And okay, so this one wins a license plate. This one wins a license plate. This one wins a license plate. This one wins the jacket.
Yeah.
So what I was able to pull today's numbers, but I haven't been able to go back and say, oh, winner number, whatever the number is, who is that?
Right.
So I know, I've pulled your numbers, but I can't tell you who you are yet. So what I can tell you, though, is that yesterday's jacket winner, I was able to pull that up. So let me get that back here in front of me. And so we'll catch up on all these winners, by the way, as we get through the sessions here. I was actually thinking about on Sunday, kind of recapping all the jacket winners, all the license plate winners, just like we'll be able to recap all the balloon pilot winners here as well. So on the winner of Friday's jacket is from Dallas, Texas, and it's Barbara Byers.
Congratulations, Barbara.
Yeah. And so, like I said, I've already pulled the winners for the license plate today, and I'll be able to tell you who those are tonight. It's just one of those internet connection issues. As you can imagine, with tens of thousands of people here, tens of thousands of cell phones.
Down just a little bit.
Even though the cell phone companies one of them has built extra infrastructure in here, the other one brings in temporary towers. So lots of extra coverage here, but it still slows things down. And of course, everybody's taking pictures and videos and uploading them. And I hope that you're hashtagging Balloon Fiesta. And if you include Balloon Fiesta Live in it because you heard about it, watched it on here, or incorporated us somehow into your picture, that would be great as well. And when you have those, email them to us.
At Balloon Fiesta Live at
balloonfiesta.com. There's JB Aiken.
There he is.
Looks like he has set his balloon down. So now pulled the top, let the heat out of the top, but it still doesn't go out. You get that bubble because of the shape of the balloon. So now you get the lovely job of milking the balloon.
Yeah. And you have your person at the crown line. If they're pulling it further, then they're actually opening up that top so JB can get the air out quicker.
Yeah, so we're seeing two people here, a third on the other end, and maybe even another couple
and you're
people
seeing a
coming
rarity. This is a pilot in the actually milking the balloon.
Doing the milking. Yeah, typically it's the crew that does that. The pilot has to take care of things in the basket.
Yes, absolutely.
That's always my excuse.
So we hear that Diane has a special guest for us down there, some sort of bear or something, Diane?
It's more embarrassing than that, being a bear. I have Beth Wright, who told me that she taught you, Ted, how to fly.
Yes, quite a while ago.
So it's not just Smokey. I came here to see Smokey Bear, but then she told me I taught Ted to fly years ago. Beth Wright has been flying Smokey Bear for 5 years. A lot of people like to say Smokey the Bear, but it's Smokey Bear.
Right, because Smokey's his first name, Bear is his last name. There's no the in your first, and his middle name is not the.
Well, it could be Beth the Wright, Diane the Kinderwater. Here we go. She's got to get Smokey Bear a little more flair, a little more fire. But the whole organization, the nonprofit, is to send the message of no fires, no flares, right?
No fires, no flares. Only you can prevent wildfires. That's Smokey's message.
And tell me a little bit more about your nonprofit.
Nonprofit. The name is a little confusing because there's another nonprofit that's similar, but it's owned by Friends of Smokey Bear Balloon, and then there's also a Friends of Smokey Bear nonprofit, and people get them confused. But this one is specifically for the balloon. And if you look at the QR code on the side of our trailer, you can donate to keep Smokey flying.
Keep Smokey flying, fantastic. And again, you had that very important message. And would you say you're one of the favorite balloons out here at Balloon Fiesta, Beth?
My favorite.
Your crew's favorite? Who do you have crewing for you today?
I have a bunch of people, but the crew chief is Britt Robertson, and she's been crewing on it for a number of years, but this is her very first year as crew chief for Balloon Fiesta.
And what do people tell you when they come up to you and speak to you about Smokey Bear?
What do they tell me? Usually they want a card.
I got a card. You're running low on them, but I got a card. They all want the cards. Appreciate you stopping today and visiting with us. And how has Fiesta been so far this year for you?
We've done an inflation every time except when it rained. So I call that a success even if we don't fly every time.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Beth. Appreciate you and what your organization is doing. Everybody wave back to Ted. Happy flying.
And to your defense, Beth has taught a lot of people to
fly.
A
lot of pilots, yes. You know, people call me all the time, hey, who's the best person to teach how to fly the balloon? Beth Wright-Smith. She's the one to go to. She's, I think, booked until 2028.
Right.
But from my understanding, this is kind of some hot news, Michael Scott, who actually Josie, his wife, helps us on the crew here.
Right.
They just recently moved here from Oklahoma City. He is going to be one of her alternate flight instructors. So new, so we will be able to get more pilots trained to be able to come out here to Fiesta and, again, start that regeneration of the balloon pilots as we move forward. Because when she said it was many, many years ago, it was, I stay with my mother-in-law now, and at one time we would go out, it was myself, my mother-in-law, Yolande, my youngest son, Tyler, and Beth. And that's how I learned how to fly.
There you go.
Yeah. So you don't need a huge crew. I also didn't have a huge balloon. There's Smokey Bear right there.
Well, and when you're learning, having just a nice, tight, small group of crew members that everybody's working and you can concentrate on learning to fly, and you're not trying to introduce the sport to additional crew members and train those crew members. Kind of get to that once you get your certificate, then you can expand your crew, because you really can't give them rides when you're learning to fly.
Exactly.
So they're coming out and they're working for you, and they're working and working and working, and only after you get your certificate can you thank them with a balloon ride.
Right, right. And then every October, your crew list seems to grow because they all want to come and participate at the Balloon Fiesta, which is not a bad thing.
Absolutely. So just kind of checking in on the latest information from our event folks. They did say that somewhere around 8 o'clock we might see some wind change. It's 10 after 8, and I haven't seen that yet. I did feel one more drop of rain come down on us a few minutes ago. So we're starting to see some of our balloons go ahead and deflate and pack up. They're going to have to go refuel.
Yes, they will.
Because we are still scheduled for a balloon glow tonight. We call it the Night Magic Glow.
And there they finally got all the air out of JB's balloon. Or he probably got all the air out of his balloon. And they're still working on it there.
He had a little help. And of course, did you notice what she did? She kind of stepped over. He just stepped over. That's not what most pilots teach their crew to do.
Either walk around or stay on one side because you don't.
But part of it is here. So while they milked it out, now they're kind of like remilking again to get the last little bit of it, because this has got to fit in a bag.
Yep.
That fits in the back of the trailer. So
I remember years ago I flew someone from New Hampshire for the first time, and we landed and they were just in such awe of how large the balloon was, and then they were even in more awe of, wow, it came out of that little bag.
Yeah.
And I said that balloon in that bag was holding us a couple thousand feet above the ground, and then they kind of got this weird look on their face.
And I did notice that JB had gone back to the basket to do pilot stuff.
Pilot stuff, yes.
The yellow one with the orange and maroons, that's indecisive of Neil Smith. When Neil bought that balloon a year, maybe 2 years ago, he went about a year, couldn't figure out what to call the balloon. Went through all kinds of names, and every time I'd see it register for a rally, it would have a different name. And I finally asked him about it, and he says, no, we can't decide. So the crew finally said, well, why don't we just call it indecisive?
Perfect. There's our Fiesta balloon along with one of the bears. We can't see who that is. That's Barely Awake or...
I believe it is Barely Awake because Ray Bear, Dad, would be flying the Spirit of Fiesta balloon. Otherwise, there'd be two identical ones together. So
Neil Jackson right in front of him.
The president of the board of directors of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. So we're kind of winding down our static display here this morning. There's the Disney 70 balloon over on the side.
Bob Romanowski in the Arizona Superstar balloon. And again, lots of thanks to these pilots and crew that come out here. Again, nobody does not want to fly, but what we do here is we want to be as safe as we possibly can be, not only just for the pilots and the crews, but the spectators and then people off field as well, because we never really know what's going to happen, especially when you have some unstable weather in the area. You know, you could have some stuff come up and not be as friendly for the landing areas for our pilots and crews.
So we'll continue to watch things happen here. And like you said, and this is one of those days that things are changing every couple of minutes or every few minutes, and we get that little sprinkle and then some, yeah.
You talk about, you know, a crew's nightmare sometimes. That balloon on the left with the bunting. You talk about a heavy balloon to bring it out.
Yeah, I remember crewing for the Budweiser balloon that had bunting and the pennants behind on it, and not to mention that it was a heavy fabric balloon to begin with, and then you add that extra stuff on there as well. So okay, here's our yeah. Hey, you know, there's a great building that is just off to the south of Balloon Fiesta Park here.
Yes.
It's the Balloon Museum, the Albuquerque Anderson Abruzzo International Balloon Museum. You didn't think I knew that, did you, that I could get that out? Hey, we've got a couple of special folks from up at the museum. We have Nan Maslin, who is the director of the Balloon Museum, and Nancy Abruzzo as well. So good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning.
Keep that close to the mic.
Good morning.
Yeah. All right. So what's happening at the Balloon Museum?
Something's always happening at the Balloon Museum, Art Lloyd Jr., but today we are so happy about our groundbreaking for our phase 1 of our outdoor balloon adventure, which is an outdoor exhibit that we are going to start working on that has the best of what the Balloon Museum has to offer, but set under the New Mexico sky.
Oh, great. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's going to be involved in that?
Absolutely. So you know that the Balloon Fiesta is 9 days a year, and we are at the Balloon Museum, you know, about 365 days a year, and most of those are gorgeous weather. And so the idea is to have a outdoor space where kids and kids of all ages, including us, because we're kids at heart.
Always.
Always kids at heart. All balloonists and people who love balloons are all kids at heart. We are going to be having this incredible area where people can learn about the art, science, and history of ballooning in a really engaging way with multiple levels, and you'll be able to see it from the park.
Oh, nice. And now you just had a groundbreaking for this last week?
We did. We had a super fun groundbreaking ceremony, and we are going to start in earnest. They're doing the ground preparation, and as soon as the weather warms back up, we'll be under construction for phase 1. So we're fully funded for phase 1 with generous donations from individual donors, as well as state and city funds, and a grant from New Mexico True. But we're working on phase 2.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Yes,
Well, when there's a phase 1, there's got to be a phase 2, right? By the way, as we're talking about this, we're getting a shot of the Balloon Museum with the balloons on the side. So,
wonderful.
yeah, so we're kind of looking at the area that the outdoor exhibit is going to be.
Oh, great. So a good thing to know for people who love ballooning and landing balloons, that this is not going to take away any landing sites for balloons. We love it during Balloon Fiesta when they all come and land gently on our museum lawn. But this is nestled right up next to the museum. There's going to be an elevated walkway to a balloon tower, a sensory sky room. You're going to learn about hot air and gas ballooning.
Excellent.
And just in so many different and engaging ways.
So you started to tell me about phase 2 before I interrupted to talk about the picture we're looking at. So about
Yes.
phase 2, Nancy?
Now let's get phase 2 paid for. We're really excited to celebrate this beautiful gift that has been donated to the museum of $100,000 by the Winker family, and it's matching funds. So for during Fiesta, we have an opportunity to double that amount. We're halfway there, so a $5 donation turns into $10, and that's how we get phase 2 started. And it's such an important part of the next phase of the museum, who is celebrating 20 years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been there for 20 years. I remember when it first opened, I did some work before it opened as all the collections were starting to show up.
Well, I remember back as a kid at Balloon Fiesta, and you guys were selling back in the day pins to start the funds to actually build the original museum.
That's right.
So seeing that it's 20 years ago, that time has flown by. I really, really loved flying with Richard back in the day. When I was a rookie pilot here at Fiesta, I'll never forget one of the flights I took into the river. He was right next to me, and we were leapfrogging each other, and we were talking the whole way up the river. That is a memory I will never forget. It was just such a great time.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing the story. There's so many lovely stories like that. Yeah.
So how can people help you make that goal of raising that money, making that fun match happen?
Simply go to balloonmuseum.com. You can donate there. We have a QR code that I am hoping will get on your screen, and they can donate there as well.
But simplest way, balloonmuseum.com, you can find it there. And you said it's just during Fiesta?
That's correct.
For the matching funds.
For the matching funds. So make your money count this week, and every little bit makes a difference.
Yeah, and you only got the rest of today and tomorrow to make that happen.
Yeah.
So get on the balloonmuseum.com website. Make that happen. Anything else exciting going on at the museum?
Well, we opened,
I mean, there's always things, but anything new and exciting?
So our 20 Years of Joy exhibit opened this spring, and Of course, that's celebrating our 20th anniversary. And then we opened a new theater, or a newly renovated theater. We had to close during COVID, as most theaters did, but then we took that opportunity to renovate and update the technology. It took us a while to raise those funds, but now we are open. It's the Anderson Theater, Maxie, Patty, and Family. And we have a brand new film that I think you all would really enjoy. It's called Above and Beyond, a Balloon Museum Story. And it goes through the history of the museum and a bit of history of ballooning, and brings you right up to the Balloon Fiesta, and touches on some of the highlights looking into the future.
Well, whether it's Fiesta or any time, that is a must stop if you visit the Albuquerque area. So I recommend to all of our viewers and anyone listening, you have to hit that museum when you're here in Albuquerque.
We
Absolutely.
couldn't agree more. We couldn't agree more.
Yeah, great stuff there. Great historical, lots of great artifacts. You can get up close, read, learn about lots of things that have happened in ballooning, the oldest form of aviation.
It's right here in our backyard, and it truly is an international balloon museum, and so it's a story waiting to be told. Come visit us.
Nancy Abruzzo, Nan Maslin from the Balloon Museum, thanks for coming by. Go ahead and make your donation at the balloonmuseum.com website. Good to see you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
ladies.
you. Thank you.
All right, Mickey continues to peer around the corner of other balloons, the Mickey Mouse balloon.
Both the Disney and the Mickey Mouse balloon are up, making right now the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, the happiest place on earth this morning.
We can certainly share that moniker.
Yes, we can.
So. Well, we still have a few balloons still standing up. And I do believe we'll be having them up for just a few more minutes. But in the meantime, Diane has managed to catch up with one of the tens of thousands of spectators that is out there this morning.
So he's
Diane?
You have to probably say it 10 times. We got Megan and Laura from Minnesota and their partners.
Anthony.
Greg.
Yeah. Now, tell me, I should know this as a Minnesotan. What does Skol mean?
It's the Viking chant.
But what does it mean, Skol? Is it a cheer when you drink?
It just means the Packers are worse than us.
Well, we knew that.
We're all Packer fans over here, so.
Go Pack! First time at Balloon Fiesta?
Yes.
First time.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Great meeting you.
Oh, yeah.
We were looking forward to meeting you.
Number one thing on the bucket list, meet Diane.
And then I happen to be a Minnesotan.
Even better.
Even though I've been in Albuquerque 40 years, I love it here. We love New Mexico.
Yeah.
And we love that you came to the Fiesta.
Of course.
Fantastic. But you watch Balloon Fiesta live to prepare yourself for this?
Oh, yeah, we had it on every morning.
Every morning.
Yeah, woke up,
Gotta
watched.
see what Diane's up to.
Yeah.
We had reservations last January, so it's been building for, I don't know, long time.
Yeah.
How long have you been here so far?
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
So you got to see the glow last night.
Yes.
Yep.
Very cool.
You got to see the Ascension, special shapes on Friday morning, Thursday.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very awesome.
Incredible.
So is this what you expected or better?
I don't know if you could actually have expectations of what to
It's
see
better.
here.
It's
Yeah,
better.
it's-
Pictures don't do it justice, or videos. Yeah.
It just got better 30 seconds ago meeting Diane. Honest to God.
I'll pay you, as they say, I'll pay you later for that. What would you like to tell your friends back home?
Come on out to the Balloon Fiesta. Yeah.
Minnesota has great things as well. You've got the lakes, we've got the desert, we've got plenty of sand, we've got plenty of beach.
Yep.
You've got the water, but we do have the balloons and the hot air.
Very true.
That's true.
Very true. Yeah.
It's a bucket list.
We love it.
Yep. Love it. Yep.
Won't be the last time.
Thank you.
Won't be the last time we
Yep.
love to hear that. Thank you. Back to you on the rooftop studio.
Thanks, Diane Kinderwater. Doing a great job out there,
Yes, she
bringing
is.
some of the flavor of Balloon Fiesta to you, from the pilots to the spectators to the merchandise tents and all of the places that are out there. Things that you would experience if you were here. We're able to bring it to you live on Balloon Fiesta Live. I love
There's
Smokey.
Beth Wright Smith and Smokey Bear.
I was going to say that Smokey Bear. Beth Wright is down
Below, yes.
Yeah, keeping him inflated for us here on the field on Saturday morning. If you joined us late, the weather in the area, the winds, and the little bit of moisture that has come through a couple, 3 times have kept us standing on the field. Of course, that shouldn't be a problem for Tall Steve.
No.
So we have been doing a static display this morning. We are still on schedule for tonight's activities that get started at 5 o'clock with Team Fast Track jumping in with the U.S. flag and the Balloon Fiesta banner with their daytime jump, as they call it. Then we'll be on the air at 6 o'clock, and we'll play back their 5 o'clock jump for those of you who are watching online. And then at about 6:30 or so, we'll be standing balloons up for our Night Magic Glow, followed at 7:30 by another jump by Team Fast Tracks. This time they'll be doing it not with the flag, although they've jumped it the nights with flags, but they'll be doing it with pyrotechnics.
Little teaser to the fireworks show that will follow.
Because the drone show comes in, which leads right into the fireworks show that you talked about. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, Mr. Ron Sanchez there and his crack Bubba's 33 Food for All team. One of the last standing. I'm sure he's going to be trying to be the last one standing.
Yeah, that's where we are at this point.
Yes.
Now it's who's the last balloon standing? So we'll continue to watch that. Although we're going to say goodbye here in about 5 or 6 minutes.
There's a great shot of Mickey. Check that out.
As we get ready to go over and do the awards ceremony. We've had competition on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We've had X's, we've had triangles, we've had diamonds, we've had boats, we've had all kinds of different targets that our pilots have been flying into. And we're going to reveal the winners of not only the individual tasks. We had 2 pole winners yesterday, so they'll be getting some cash. And then all of those X's and all those markers they threw get included in an overall total. And so we'll be crowning a new Fiesta champion.
Oh, you revealed some a little bit there, a new one. So we don't have a repeating champion. We have a new champion.
We do have a new one.
All right.
We do have a new one. I don't have, and I should say, I don't have the official results.
Okay.
I have been looking at the unofficial results that have been posted to watchmefly.net. So if you wanted to go get a preview, that's the place. And the other thing that's there is all the individual tasks. So you could go see who won task 3 and what it was, whether that was a hesitation waltz or a maximum double drop, or maybe it was the maximum single drop, which was a later task. You can see all those results. And watchmefly.net is the place to keep up on ballooning competitions around the world. Every time there's an event going on, most of the events are now using watchmefly.net to post the results of their competition. So you can go see that. We're going to go do the awards presentation here locally, have a little brunch. We'll record it for you, and we'll be putting it up online probably yet this afternoon before we come back at 6 o'clock tonight for the Balloon Glow. And then we wrap it all up at 6 a.m. tomorrow with our farewell Maes Ascension.
It's been a fast and furious week, and it's been a lot of fun. You know, weather sometimes tries to make us not do what we do, but we always make the lemonade with the lemonades we're dealt.
Well, so far this is session number 10. We've got this would be 12 because we got 13 tonight and 14 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So 12 sessions. Maybe it's the 10th, I'm thinking.
Yes, we've gotten 10 in out of 12.
But it's the yeah, you're right. We did. So anyway, you can go back and watch all of that at balloonfiestalive.com. Be sure and share all your pictures of you watching Balloon Fiesta Live, or if you've been watching and you're outside and balloons have been landing there, or if you've been here on the field. We would love to hear from you and see what you've experienced this past week. Just go ahead and put it in an email, balloonfiestalive@balloonfiesta.com. There is actually, on the balloonfiestalive.com page, there's actually a button there that will actually start that email, so you don't even have to remember what the address is.
Perfect.
Just balloonfiestalive.com. That's the simplest way to get to us, and we would love to hear from you.
Send us all you got.
Yeah.
Send us your pictures, send us your comments, send us your ideas. We're always open to it. And we want to have you guys at home, the viewers, really feel like you're here at Balloon Fiesta.
And share it with all of your friends, neighbors, and even your enemies. Heck, make them watch it as well. Be sure and like, subscribe, do all that fun social media stuff. You know how it works. Just go ahead and do it. I'm not going to kind of go through all the click the thumbs up, do the button, hit the bell. You know, some of these videos, they go on forever about that. You know how to do it. Just do it. Make sure everyone knows about
One last push for our merchandise. Hey, if you don't think you're going to win a jacket, we have over 2,500 people in that to win the last jacket. Go to balloonfiestastuff.com, and these are on sale now. Use that 10% off code, and you get one for yourself. What we wear here on the set, what our crew wears, and what all the special shape pilots wear.
3 different versions of those: the special shape, the regular shape, and the Globitos.
Yes.
So 3 different types of pilot jackets alone, not to mention all the regular retail jackets that are available out there as well. And of course, if you use that code BF Live, it's 10% off on all of your sportswear.
So get a jacket, get a sweatshirt, get a hoodie, get a t-shirt, get yourself some socks.
And don't forget the pins.
Yes, sir.
They're not included in the 10%, but there's great pins there as well. Yeah. So, Ted, I think it's time to wrap up Saturday morning. We've got to get busy and get over to the awards ceremony and make that happen. So, for Art Lloyd Jr., this is Ted Maes. Over there, this is Balloon Fiesta Live. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for the Night Magic Globe.
So long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
You've been watching Balloon Fiesta Live, powered by ExxonMobil. Want more balloon action? Visit the archive of Balloon Fiesta Live broadcasts at balloonfiesta.com. Thanks for watching Balloon Fiesta Live. This program is a production of AIBF Inc.